Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and where we are running episode 1 of a brand new campaign tonight that is part of the Ashen Saga. So if you guys are watching for the first time and you're interested in what these characters are all about, you can check out our past streams to see exactly what got them to this point. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future streams that we publish every single week, sometimes bi-weekly, depending on how chaotic we're feeling.
We have 15 gifties in the chat.
Oh my God!
5 from Grim and 10 from XIVM.
Grim, XIVM, thank you both so very much for the 15 total gifted memberships. As always, you guys know how to kick things off with a hot start. If any of you are in the chat with a new membership, make sure to check out our community page where we have been publishing some of our homebrew content as pamphlets monthly. You don't just get the one pamphlet that month when you join, you get all of them. And there are like 4 of them right now. And the next one, I don't want to reveal too much, but I think it's going to be really cool. So I kind of can't wait for you all to see it. I also can't wait for you guys to check out our sponsor for tonight. Tabletop Beard has sent us the Monk Beard Oil tonight. Mostly, you have, and it smells delicious. It's one of my favorites. That's why I keep highlighting it. It's lemon and ginger scented.
Oh yeah, that's
it's very tranquil, very peaceful. It will get you in the right mental state to project your astral form and defeat any baddies you come across. And you can use code CHAOS20 for 20% off of your order at checkout using the link in the description below. So go check out our friends over at tabletopbeard.com. They're bearded, you're bearded. It's a match made in heaven.
I'm bearded. We all bearded.
We all bearded. We also need to check out our comment from last week's finale stream from the Silver Song. This one comes in from friend of the channel, Alexandre Henriquez. He says, just dropping a like and comment for the YouTube gods to recognize our favorite D&D channel. All hail the DM of Chaos. I like the sound of that, man. I might start a cult over here. I don't know.
Oh. You make more money as a leader.
That is true. That is, yeah. You don't want to be, you don't want to
follow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You. Anthony and Bacon and Vodka.
Oh my gosh. Anthony Pace, good to see you here in the chat, man. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. And Bacon and Vodka, as always, beautiful name. Makes me hungry every single time and maybe just a little tipsy. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for those 5 gifted memberships, both of you. I really, really appreciate that, especially as we dive into a brand new campaign. Finally, I do want to thank our good friends over at Darkeport. They stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time and ran a great stream last night. If you guys haven't checked them out already, their link is also in the description. But finally, before I delay things too far, it is time.
Beautiful beam footage.
Yeah. Woo.
A vast elven city sits atop a shattered mesa, lording over the tiny islands that dot the waters of the Gilded Chain. Golden waves crash upon the steep cliffs of the plateau, mirroring the sea of clouds above that rim the coastline of Vidnica. The ancient and once abandoned elven settlement now gleams with new purpose. It stands resplendent as the pinnacle of historical knowledge and arcane studies on the continent of Roria. And, on this day, in the 164th year of the Scarred Era, it plays home to a group of adventurers known as Redemption. Within the walls of their stronghold, they make the most of a fragile peace. Here, their diplomatic efforts have united 8 nations against an impending doom. Even now, the terrible evil from another world is held at bay. Their undead draconic form lashes against the threads of fate that bind them to the dwarven halls of Gonladir. Their obsidian bones screech to the tune of their dark puppeteer, the Ashen. But another sound rings out in the east. A song of silver beckons, joined by a low, molten voice that grinds and gravels beneath the quaking soil of Rathheim. All of Solim seems to shudder upon its bellow.
Seek
Welcome back, everyone. And now that you can see all of our lovely players.
Man. How many dragons?
How many dragons?
Yeah, like
that's for you to find out and for me to know.
Hate that.
I cast summon dragons, add one more.
I just want to thank everybody one more time for all of the extremely generous gifted memberships right at the start of stream. Thank you so much. Your generosity is what helps keep this channel going, and I love running these adventures with all of you, not just the 4 people seated at the table, although I do love you guys too. So now that chat has seen the intro, and all of you have seen the intro, the opulent marble structures of Vidnica are a sight to behold, and it even means more to the mages invited to study within its storied halls. Yet, as the day grows long, it is not the splendor of golden filigree and ethereal glass that garners attention. Rather, it is the thunderous sparring between a famed warrior and a roaring tempest. Brett, if you would, tell us who we see here surrounded by swirling winds.
So, you see a warrior that is cloaked in radiant stormlight. His winged shield slung confidently onto his arm, and in the other hand, a short baton, unassuming, yet is humming with potential. His birthright purple skin peeks out from underneath his gleaming, unrestricted armor, and his keen eyes are locked forward through slits in a feathered helmet. A tight curled mustache mirrors the wide grin stretched across his face. Odd Beeweaver stands ready to strike.
A voice echoes out from all directions as the gusts kick up dirt from the flagstone in the training grounds. Eularos speaks. I'm impressed, boy. You still have much wind left in your sails. A genie appears on your left flank, conjuring a blade from the cyclone itself.
Okay, real quick, we just got a nat 20 in the chat.
Whoa! Start off hot. Thanks, little tire.
Glad they used that. Put Eularos in his place.
So first, does a 26 hit?
Yes, a 26 will hit.
Okay. Does a second 26 hit?
Oh, well, yeah.
No, actually.
Does a 27 hit?
Yep, they all hit.
Okay.
Who you fighting?
You're dead.
Eularos conjures his blade with a lightning-fast speed and even gives himself a bit of time to smirk and wink towards the crowd as he clashes it against your armor, sending you backpedaling as you drift. Your eyes drift to make contact with his. You see only for a split second his form evaporate back into the gale once again. What do?
Can I see him?
He is sort of a mist around you right now.
Okay. Ooh. Then Odd is going to. Oh. Get that item. I want to use the drum and use gust of wind to kind of make him reconstitute.
Okay. As you slam your blunt weapon against the drum, it echoes with a sort of resonance that causes the wind itself to shudder and shake apart. As the dirt in the air begins to shimmer and drift downwards, you see Eularos reconstitute where he was standing before, just to your left, as he sort of looks down as if naked.
Yeah. and and as soon as that happens, I'll say my turn. And I'll go in for a coming at him.
Okay.
Yep. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 exactly hits.
Hitting your daddy?
Yeah. A 19 exactly hits. Okay. So with a sudden thunderclap, he's gonna dive towards Eularos. Blurring as he drives the baton forward, light's gonna erupt in a radiant beam from the rod, spearing out, and the sound from the drum's gonna push it even further as it slices in and connects with him.
Beautiful. As the beam of light is echoing from your weapon, the thunder from the drum propels it even further, breaking the sound barrier as the wispy aura around that light beam carries through Eularos himself as well, pinning him to the ground.
He needs to make two strength saves.
Okay. That is a nat 1.
Yep. He didn't have to make the second one. So as Odd connects, he's going to force the strike downward towards his bottom half to kind of invert him and drop him prone.
Okay, he does fall prone, which you can see like the bottom of him is just a wisp. He doesn't really have legs, but as he lay there on his back, he begins to ascend, but instead is met by the heft of your weapon, sort of holding him down.
And he's going to stand over him with that crackling staff, and he's going to say, "Do you yield, old man?"
He takes a moment to think about it and then looks at you. Not every hit scored is a victory, Solus. Behind you, a blade conjures from the wind and presses its point to your back as he sort of a hearty chuckle before holding out his hand.
And I'll lift him up and I'll give him a hug for a tight embrace, and then we'll turn. And for the crowd, going to give a big show and like a cheer.
I like the difference in our bastions. This is like the thing in Rome,
Colosseum.
the Colosseum, and mine's like a forest.
Forest.
With turtles.
As the hurricane vanishes into thin air, it covers onlookers in a fine layer of dust and debris. A few of them even fall over. But after a moment of dumbfounded silence, they all begin to applaud. One elven mage carrying a thin rapier at his side instead of a wand approaches with a drink in either hand. Well done, truly. It's rare to see a student able to employ a skill so expertly in such a short time. Afraid I have nothing left to teach you. Here, you both deserve a drink. As he, the blade singer, extends each of you a large tankard of ale.
I'll take that. I'll look to you, Lars. Dose.
Eularos grasps it firmly and clinks against your glass. Truly, I've not fought so fervently since the Stormcaller begged me to destroy an entire city for them.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna finish my drink with like staring over at him and be like, "You didn't do that, did you?"
What about you, boy? What tales have your travels spun?
Ooh, we got a rare magic item.
Oh!
Scissors of shadow snipping.
Scissors of shadow snipping. Say that
wild.
5 times
Yeah.
fast.
It's not a ship.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you one, and I don't even know. It's been so long. I don't even know if any of the rest of the party remembers it. But very early in our adventures, much like tonight, you lords, we were getting drunk at a tavern, and I met a pirate king, and seemed to be really.
His name Luffy?
What was his name? I forgot.
Leonidas.
Leonidas, that's right. And I met a pirate king, and started beating him at dice and cards, and he started getting a little bit inebriated and kind of in my pocket, and so we struck a deal. I sold him a council seat for this island that I did not have the right to give for a lot of money, and then he chased us all the way across the coast, and then finally met his watery death when when he fought me.
Many stories start in a gambling hall. And as the deep bellows of laughter and traded sails resound, none of the revelry carries through to the dense jungle in the east. There, nestled beneath the roots of a magnificent Shalania tree, blooms a tranquil sanctuary. Birds sing, turtles crawl, and a young wyvern glides through the verdant greenery with ease. It soars above a small clearing before landing near a silent and focused figure. Morgan, if you would let us know who we all see here.
Yeah. So you see a little blue Eladrin druid. She's got long flowing hair and she wears a little headdress that has some like fur pelts and stuff on it and some small antlers. She has a casting band that has some like vines that go around her hand that look very similar to the tree she's underneath. And she is kind of she's barefoot, just in the woods, kind of wandering around, tending to her plants. She has a little garden of fruit and then a little garden of flowers on one side. And I imagine that there's like a tree house.
Oh, yeah.
Center, but it's like in the tree.
It's a tree house within a tree house.
It's a house tree.
Like a Keebler
I
elf.
see.
Yeah, like a Keebler elf, like that. Yeah, it was like, yeah, exactly
All the
like that.
examples my brain was
She's
running.
a Keebler elf. So that's where she's at.
Okay.
She's just chilling in her little garden.
Never see the wife of the Keebler elf.
They're asexual. They reproduce.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
The secret's in the cookies.
My cookies.
As Flora continues to wander through her self-made domain, a twig snaps behind you, breaking the peace of the clearing and setting the wyvern on edge as it hisses.
I would let it be known that Flora would not react very, she's not jumpy in this scenario. So, a twig snaps and she's like, that's fine.
Mhm.
So I'll go up to the wyvern and try to, calm him down while investigating to see what the source of the sound was.
Okay. Make an animal handling check to see how well you can get that wyvern under control. Sorry, I moved your dice earlier.
You
I'm
always
sorry.
do. It's good. He always moves them, and then I forget, and then he's like, asking
Roll a
me to check, and I'm like, yeah.
Whoa, you have 30 seconds.
Oh!
Woo. That's pretty
Mike.
good. Animal handling.
got a D.
21.
20.
Okay. With your
Not-
21, you're able to get the creature calmed relatively quickly, especially now that it trusts you somewhat and views you
Did I
almost as a
name it?
mother.
Because I don't remember.
I also am not sure, but we can
You did.
double check.
I don't think so. Okay, that's cool.
Once you have the creature's anger subsided, you turn to find Lumakrell, spiritual guide of Zashutan.
Forgive my disturbance, Chief. I didn't expect to be reminded of home so far from it.
Well, it's good to carry a little bit of home with you everywhere you go.
Richard Nixon from Futurama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Richard Nixon in every fish person.
I was like, how does this? And I just kept
So,
thinking,
what we're learning is
Watergate? Thematic.
maybe Richard
my
Nixon
God.
is a fish person.
Oh, maybe so. Illuminati confirmed.
sorry. Anyway.
I always think it's good to carry home with you everywhere you go, and I've just been missing it so much. So,
Well, you've done quite well for yourself here.
thank you.
I must say I'm pleased to have been able to see you again, traveling all this way. I do it for our people, and I know that you have been doing much for them as well.
Everything I do is for my people, and I want to make sure that everything we're doing is with their best interest in mind. And I know Zashutan has never taken part in any of these wars before, and I know that they're glad to, but I just want to make sure that we're truly honoring them once all this is over. I'm gonna make myself cry. Fuck.
It is noble for a leader to seek peace for her people, but it is foolish to go to war alone. It's one of the few things your uncle understood very well.
Yeah, well, I have tried to speak with him, and he was just angry. And I am not a spiritual leader as you are, so what should I do to connect with him more? Because I had such a connection with Arvander, and I know they're the same, but I can't get through to Thralland.
Roland's mind and methods were unforgiving, but they stemmed from great pain, as you can recall. Perhaps you can find some common ground. and leading your people to conflict. You have opened the Zashi to the rest of Roria, something your uncle might have appreciated.
Fisher Nixon.
Fisher.
Got me.
Should you like to
You-
speak to him now?
Maybe, but do you think it's a bad idea that I've opened up the Zashi to all of Roria?
That decision is not mine to make.
Yes. And I think it's already been made, but I know our people thrive on being hidden and to themselves.
There is a reason I received you as an outcast in Torvosa. A reason that I supported your bid to defeat your uncle and take the throne. I trust your judgment, Flora. I believe that your decision is the right one.
Thank you.
There will be hardships, there will be tragedy. But if the Zashi do not fight now, then they may never.
Well, we can't have that, can we?
No, most certainly not. Sit.
I was just about to ask her the same thing.
I would like to do my duty as spiritual guide.
By all means, please.
Things have been tumultuous. I haven't had yet the opportunity to guide the new chief of Zashitan.
She takes your hands in hers, sitting cross-legged, just in front of you, and you see her sort of protruding, bulbous eyes flicker closed as the gunk around them begins to almost suck back up.
Get back in there. Alex and I quote that all the time from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Make a nature check for me.
Good.
I'll say with advantage because Lou McCrell's helping you as well.
Good.
Plus 11 to nature.
I just rolled 2 2s.
Oh,
no.
Hey, chat, help!
I wanted 400 times.
I have a
2
plus
of
13,
vines
so
sprout
it
out.
is still a 15.
15's
But
not
I'm gonna
bad.
take a
Chad is
plus
here to help.
5
Plus 13.
to 20
Non-nat 20. Nice.
off of
Thank
a
you,
2.
Chad.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Chad.
much, Chad. The leaves rustle as a gentle breeze rolls through the arboretum, and as nature's power begins to gather in the clearing. You become intimately aware of every animal's call, every branch's sway, every flower's scent. When it all falls silent, it's as if every living thing in the chamber considers itself prey in the midst of a predator. You open your eyes to see the cause.
Got another nat 20, sorry.
Hey, thanks, Bacon and Vodka. You open your eyes to see the cause. A mangled, mangy dire wolf with tufts of flowing deep purple fur bares its teeth in your direction.
Again, you summon me. At least this time you've brought a snack.
Lou McCrell speaks out first.
Roland, you speak now to the chief of the Zashi by the nature of your own loss in combat. Have some respect for her, or at least for yourself. Speak your need then, chief. Though I do not promise to obey.
I am not asking you to obey. I am simply trying to understand how to be the best leader. And though we have differences, quite large differences of beliefs, I thought that maybe you would respect my decision to ask the Zashi to enter into war for the sake of Roria.
He looks at you for a moment, almost like doing that thing that dogs do where he tilts his head.
Oh.
You can tell he's a bit inquisitive. Make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. Which dice should I use?
Not the ones from a minute ago.
A different one. 14.
With a
Somehow that's
14.
lower than my 2.
I'm gonna have you roll again.
It's a 9.
You have
I got a lot of things.
heroic
You know
inspiration.
what? I'm taking another chat roll.
It's been another 6 seconds.
Another dirty 20.
You can tell that he's searching through and trying to ascertain the truth in your eyes. And you feel yourself faltering for a moment as you're almost fearful of what he might say. Not the teeth that he bears, but what he might say. And you stand your ground in that moment. You make an active decision to stare him down. Your breaking with tradition is amusing. It is what I might have done in your position. Very well. I will watch over them. Embolden their spirits in battle. Zashi will know what lies beyond our borders. And what it means to roam free. You blink. And then, an instant, the beast is gone. And life returns to your surroundings. Luma Krell smiles towards you, seemingly having noticed the same thing that you did. It was only a flicker, but for the briefest of moments, you saw Arvander. You saw the gentle sense of wonder buried beneath Thrallin's wounded form. Episode 1, we got tears, y'all.
I've been so enthralled in the chat. I see you hold up a hand and I was like, what's going on? What's happening?
Really bad week.
Oh, it's okay, Mo. Your spirits lifted to the sky. You look out through the vegetation towards the hovering elven tower just above the arboretum. Shimmering glass steps spiral up to the structure and lead into the magnificent tiered study lined with books and arcane mechanisms. Accomplished scholars line the halls, researching, studying, experimenting, all following the orders of their master as he strides with purpose through his domain. Sam, who is it that we see here?
Yeah, so I know you said their master, but Valeth would very much still consider himself a student.
A peer.
Yeah, well, as books float through the air past him as he walks throughout these halls, as he's having his unseen servant bring some books that he's just finished studying back to their home, as Valoth stops off at a particularly tall bookshelf, casting Mage Hand to pull a book off of the top shelf, bringing it down to him. He takes it in his right hand, and he then alternates the Mage Hand to take out one of his journals, one of his mini journals that he has, as he uses his Illuminator's tattoo across his left arm to write in the notebook, taking notes from the book that his Mage Hand has just retrieved. As you see a pale elven wizard with pitch black eyes, deep blue pupils, and white hair, suggesting that he's much older than he actually is, dutifully taking notes, continuing down this hallway, not paying attention to where he's going. He actually runs into a hireling, and this frail wizard would normally take damage from something like that, but he's actually protected by a small magical force field. As he reaches back and kind of scratches at his back where his barrier tattoo resides, apologizing to this hireling. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, it's quite all right.
As he bends down to try to help him pick up his notes and everything, he puts his journal down and picking up the papers that the hireling has dropped. The hireling actually notices his notebook, and it seems to be just scribblings of a madman. There's a little bit of Draconic, Elvish, Dwarvish, and some other languages that the hireling doesn't quite understand as he kind of inquires about it. And Valoth mentions, it's actually a complex cipher that I've created, a combination of a traditional cipher and some skills that I picked up whenever I was a member of Corentin's cult. He had us writing, because we took so many notes for him, he had us writing in the shortest words possible in every language that we knew to speed up our note-taking. While I don't use the shortest words in every language for my cipher, it's a little bit more complex than that. As you know, as I'm having you research some pretty intense magics here, we're up against something incredible. And to best it, we're going to need the help of the most powerful magic we can find. Coalescing all that into one place as he kind of gestures to his notebook is dangerous, so...
Knowing the why behind why we're doing what we're doing is certainly helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as Valoth mentions this powerful magic, he remembers, oh crap, like I wanted to talk to somebody. He's like, yes, and he he tosses the book that he was reading behind him as it's caught by the unseen servant and floating back as he, thank you, sorry again, as he rushes back down the hallway, completely just forgetting that he had other duties besides studying.
Well, and as luck would have it, or perhaps just a ripple in reality would have it, light streams in as another human-presenting figure approaches. Their appearance would fool most mages, but you know them well enough to know their nature as a warforged. Apollo greets you with an almost imperceivable gesture. My apologies if I'm interrupting. I'm here in Thessari instead to escort you to see the prisoner from Zealous.
Oh, yes, and Val kind of like dusts himself off after his just run in with that hireling, and he's like, I was just on my way to meet you. Yes, we should be going.
Following your friend, he leads you through the streets of Vidnica in the opposite direction of the Arcane College, towards a crumbling structure. A relic of the past. Its walls are tarnished and moss-ridden. Yet, the small circular building still carries an air of elegance, aided by the strong scent of incense pervading the area. You step inside through an arched opening where a door likely once lived, to find two mages flanking another, more distinguished-looking Luxodon in priestly robes. He waves a censer every so often, keeping the atmosphere thick with holy smoke. And bound, sitting in a wooden chair, is none other than Nikolai, the tiefling warden of Craft. Welcome. Come in. It's nicer than even my own place back home, I think.
I don't know. Your home, well, a more sinister magic tends to embody it there. It is still quite rich in magic and beautiful in its own right.
Yes, quite beautiful. If you like death and destruction, you know.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said about the forever youth that kind of runs throughout your lands as a result of the unfortunate curse. You know, there are two sides to every coin.
Curious you see it as a curse.
Is it not? Your lives are shortened, used as fuel for your magics.
I did not say I disagree, only that it is curious you see it that way. I might be one of the few tieflings, no. Perhaps the only warden that feels our family crests, these umbric symbols, as you have informed me, are a blight upon our lands.
Yes, actually, I've begun to utilize them in a weaker form for some of my spells. As in small doses, and in a pinch, they can be quite useful. Using your own life force to aid in your spell casting. In many ways, but in particular, this gem, as he holds out the Gem of Wrath, allows us to, we've managed to utilize it, like I said, to use our own life force to cast a more powerful version of our spells. When our encounter, you may have seen it when I launched that fireball at everyone coming through the portals.
Make a persuasion check. You hear Odd laughing in the distance.
That's a nat 20!
Odd's
For a
laughing,
21!
and Flora's just sobbing with her turtle.
Nikolai eyes it, and you can see a flash of recognition as he sees the power of his people contained within a small artifact.
So you can turn it off and on then?
For myself, but I don't have the symbol etched into my own skin. I can trace them in the air as I'll cast haste. In Valos's flavorful version of haste, right? He takes from his
Let me
own
get a hit of that.
power in the future, and he might even kind of like do some parkour in the room or whatever to kind of show its effects or whatever, you know, best as he can.
Hardcore
And then
parkour.
it fades, and he's stunned for a second. So I, as you saw, I pulled that from myself to give my earlier self a little bit of an edge.
So, what you said in the summit would appear true. You would like us to aid you against this threat, and then what? We get the staff?
Yes, if it's retrievable, it is yours. The dragon has assumed it into its form. But it is utilizing your people's life force, your wrath, to do so. I know you said you see it as a curse. In learning how to cut off the dragon's access to this magic, you may learn how to turn it off and on, as you aptly put it, for your own people, so that it is not constantly drawing from your life force, but only when you need it.
Well, now that I am left alone to lead my people, I will speak freely with you, Valoth. I wish to see the Umbric curse removed. I may look young, but I am up in years when it comes to the age of my people. While I know that my time may be lost forever, I wish not to peddle this fate onto the unsuspecting youths of our land.
Definitely. And if this curse is broken, who knows if that land might not also once again flourish with life.
You'll have to forgive me for bringing Sergei here, of course, but it was the only thing I could think of to ascend the ranks so quickly.
After our last run-in with all of you, where a similar coup for power occurred, we understand this might be commonplace. However, with as many wardens taken out as there were, hopefully that allows you to see your leadership through to its end in a more natural way.
Perhaps. And if you take me at my word even further, you will have to take chance. I will not lie to you. While I believe I can convince my people to help, there is the chance that I lose my head before I can get things done. But of course, none of that happens if I remain bound here in this chair smelling the stinky air that your priest peddles.
I'm going to call for... Let me ask him first. Do you have a way yourself, not through any of the other wardens, to communicate long distances?
Unfortunately, no.
Valoth is going to take out the sending stone for the bastion.
But the divination, the warden of sight, She is a friend. As
You
far as
trust her?
friends go, I trust her more than most.
He's gonna put it back then. He was gonna give him the other sending,
sending
stone.
stone?
Yeah, and be like, if you do get overthrown, let us know.
They're about to get
Yeah, exactly. I do trust you. You seem genuine, and you seem to understand the gravity of the situation and how this could benefit everyone, and how inversely it is also the cause of everyone. The same person who created Umbric, created the staff, and a different version of him from another dimension has come here, taken claim of that staff to use its power.
Sounds very complex.
It is, but it is, why we all have a piece to play here, as I mentioned in the summit. And yours is pivotal. We do need Zealous' help.
Well, as they say, I believe in your tongue, the ball is on your side of the court.
What court? As Valos starts looking around for a ball in a court, he's like, I don't understand.
Perhaps I am mistaken. It is your move to make.
Oh, yes. I will speak to... Is the Saurian in here?
The Saurian is not
Oh,
there.
okay.
You would actually know that he left with Brogar to visit the Orcs of
Gotcha.
Krotul.
So,
He's taking a nap.
is it just Home Skillet who's waving around the incense that I
Two
need
other
to-
mages.
That are those the only people that I need to
An
kinda...
elf and a ASMR.
Yeah, but those are the only people I need to be like. I don't have to like go and be like, "Hey, when you come back, let this guy go."
I mean, more or less, you feel in control here.
Gotcha. Well then, see it to it that you make it back to your people, and let them know that whatever the previous leader was telling everyone about how we did anything to overthrow, we were trying to protect his predecessor.
Warden of Sound.
Yes, we were trying to protect them.
Yes, I have unraveled the great tragedy just a bit later than I would have liked, but I will clear your names as best I can to my people.
And again, if they don't care to clear our names, do whatever you can to get them to understand the severity of the situation, and even if you have to sell it as a tentative alliance, I would just hate for them to be angry at the wrong people, waste their time.
I understand.
But if they don't listen to reason, then
Much of our history has been squandered as such. Well then,
And he sort of like eyes the cleric, the Luxodon.
yeah, and I'll nod to him like, let him out.
The Luxodon utters a phrase under his breath as the faint magic in the air begins to recede. Nikolai blinks away as his bonds drop to the floor, and he reappears just in front of you, placing a too friendly hand upon your shoulder.
I'll see to it that you don't regret this, Veloth.
Probably. He snaps his fingers and leans backwards, falling into a portal spawned in the stone floor. Though only a glimpse, you recognize the dark and barren streets of Alcazir before the portal closes and you are left to hope.
Alf writes in his notes, cool way to exit. Fall back into portal.
The incense from the chamber disperses amongst the clouds that rinse the shores of the Vidnikin Plateau, swirling back towards the center of town where they join with gouts of steam. A tall metal structure with polished mirror-like walls spews the breath of industry from its molten heart. Within his bastion, a forge master endeavors to reshape two massive gauntlets into something new. The metal glows white hot as the smith gathers himself. Caleb, if you would, tell us who we see here.
Well, you do not see Caleb. You see a dragonborn. You see a dark blue dragonborn, brow furrowed, covered in soot. A glowing mace at his hip, and his holy symbol, an amalgamation of obsidian and mithril, dangles around his neck. Alongside, a new addition, a bright white pearl. Draad is at home here. As he stands over the forge, hammering these Torlur's gauntlets, turning them into something new. He can't can't think of anything else he would rather to do on his to-do list. And although he is focused, you can see his mind elsewhere. He's very focused acutely on getting into contact with anyone from Svathmar. His vision still at the forefront of his mind, worrying him ever more. He kind of mingles around, like I said, reshaping these gauntlets. But you'll notice that he's fairly focused with a little bit of just processing to do.
Your strikes shower sparks across the floor as they vanish into the relative dark of your surroundings. Your creation steadily takes shape before you. Truly, it is a divine calling to mold the bones of Solim in the way that you do. You recall the teachings of the dwarves in Hrafheim. You too are urged to be altered by life's hammer. As you complete your craft, your ominous dream from the night before remains at the front of your mind, burning, searing. What do?
I think knowing he needs to put his focus into reshaping these gauntlets, he would finish that task, but then towards probably the close of the day, or at least towards the end when everything's kind of winding down, here, as it would be pretty much everywhere across the continent, he would start messaging people from Hrafheim.
Okay. Sending.
Yeah. More right, sending. Yeah.
You get no response. No one from Hrafheim is within 120 feet.
Can't be that far. We could send it through like a gate or something like that. Yeah.
Though you currently reside in Vidnica, high above the world below, you feel a connection through the soil. Far below you, the plateau meets water and meets stone beyond that. You exert a rumbling through the rock. Across the vast continent of Roria to Hrafheim. The tremble carries your words to the one you seek. They respond in kind with a familiar meter. Who is it that you're sending?
The first person I would sending would probably be the Forge Master. And then, depending upon if I get a response from them or not, would kind of...
You do indeed get a response. We shape to your will. We toil in the dark. Pyraxis be praised. It repeats over and over until your sending is run out. The prose brings your nightmare into reality. It seems that this was indeed more than just a dream.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. And thank you. I would then, with that response, I would try to sending anybody else who wouldn't have been able to go into the mines and see, just like, I don't want to be like, hey, do you know about the giant dragon looking scary thing down there in the mines? I'll just kind of check it like, hey, how's everybody doing? Have you talked to the Forge Master recently? I've been trying to contact him about the obsidian weapons extended warranty, and I haven't been able to, talk to them. And you kind of like that. I don't want to worry anybody.
One by one, every ember of hope that flashes bright in your heart is snuffed out. As each individual you contact from Svathmar, from your past, from the place that practically raised you, responds with the same prose. We shape to your will. We toil in the dark. Pyraxis be praised. What would you like to do?
Does Gurnia say the same thing?
Same thing.
Ooh.
Even a lowly apprentice that was not allowed to, not yet when you left, not yet allowed to smith obsidian herself, is responding with the same prose.
Sounds like they all joined the MLM. At the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Giant doors in Drazad's mind just shut in front of him. He can't see anymore.
Work from home.
Become your own boss, babe.
Oh God.
Hi, hon. Haven't talked to you since high school.
Oh, somebody's drawing on personal experience.
It literally happened to me today.
Oh God.
Hey, girly pop. Drazad would finish smithing the gauntlets, and at that point, reach out to Pyraxis and see if. I would apologize for bothering him, but everybody in Svathmar seems possessed. Everybody that does anything with obsidian. You know anything about that? You know,
Make a religion check.
I mean,
Hey, so sorry.
you know what? I like to bother you.
seems like he would be pretty cool with it, right? Because they're like,
It'd be like, I don't see what the problem is.
pretty cool.
I don't know what started that shit, but I like it.
I've never been so faithful, and it's wonderful. It's about time. You should take notes.
Yeah, all you do is call in the extra shit. He's there praying.
Hey, listen, okay, Drazad prays to you too. He just also asks for the spell in return, you know? It's not my problem, okay? Drazad passes on the great word of Pyraxis to everyone, even the great people of Tethys. I'll take a chat roll for a 25.
Okay.
Not a chat roll, a D8, but anyway.
And what specifically are you asking?
I would ask if Pyraxis knows why everybody seems to be like cultishly chanting the same thing over and over again. Because if he's doing it, then okay, girl, great, you live your life. If he doesn't know, or if he doesn't really have a response to it, I would specifically ask him if Vremarak either had like an opposite. No, I'm gonna stick with that. If he had an opposite.
Okay. As you wait on bated breath for the answer to your first question, you see nothing within the room change. The flame of the forge continues to flicker. The metal on the table before you begins to cool. And so you ask about Varalmarak's opposing force. And again, it seems that nothing has changed, but then you see a sort of white light cast across the room. It draws your eyes downwards to your holy symbol, and you can see that the mithril swirling in with the obsidian is actually moving almost like a liquid through it as it glows before diminishing and becoming solid again.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think at that point, Drazad would, if telepathic bonds a message, however, scream throughout the bastion. But he'll let his friends know, like, we should probably get a step on it, the Svathmar. Drazad thinks something. We need to go see the giants pretty quickly. He'll begin to worry.
So I would say at this point, all of you have sort of done your duties through the day in Vidnica and regroup.
Duty.
Would you all like to rest, or are you leaving Vidnica now? You do have the option. You have a teleportation circle.
Well, I mean, what time of day is it?
Currently, it is about twilight. By the time you all reconvene, it would be just about dusk.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we should go and, if you're that worried, sleep on the ship while it flies. You know?
Yeah, gotta get it moving.
Well,
you can.
I mean,
we can actually radio Ribsig, tell them to start flying.
we cannot teleport to it while it's flying
Got to be set down.
Oh.
because of the way that the thing you used to fly is also the teleportation.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you'd have to like get it up in the air, quick, come on, and then quick.
It's also the matter of like teleporting to a teleportation circle while it's in motion.
Yeah, we get scrambled.
You know what's funny? I had this.
Really? I mean, I would think it just like.
No. Because that's the thing. You can't have time travel without space travel. You can have space travel by itself, but you can't have. Oh, anyway.
Shit'll turn you inside out, bro.
I was thinking about that earlier. It's like if you teleported like right now to like 5 years ago in the past, you would be like somewhere in the middle of space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, everything moves. Yeah.
Because the solar system
can't have-
nowhere near where it was.
Right.
5
You
years
can't
ago.
have one without the other. Yeah.
So, with that being the case, all of you reconvened. You begin making your way back towards the teleportation circle that brought you here to the plateau only a couple days ago. Much has transpired since then, but the circle remains. Most of the bloodstains from your former battle have been removed and washed away. And as you step onto the stone, you feel a familiar sense of shifting. The teleportation circle flashes, reality warps, and in a breath, the thin, high air of the Vidnikin Plateau is replaced by the familiar creak of wood beneath your boots, the chill of the northern winds of Turasil. You're back aboard your airship. Its deck quiet, blanketed by a light dusting of snow that glitters in the twilight. Then, from below, a hurried pair of pattered footsteps rush up the stairs. Gribzik the goblin throws open the cabin doors. "You're back! Mr. Flint, hurry, they're back!" Flint the kobold
Mr.
follows.
Flint.
Flint the kobold follows further
Sir
behind,
Flint, no.
Yeah.
a bit of a limp in his gait.
Oh,
Finally! What took you guys so long?
what happened to you?
Babysitting's hard, man. Where's my tip?
Wait, the babysitting's hard?
Yeah.
Do better next time. That's your tip.
He looks behind him like he's like you're talking to someone. Who, me?
You said it's hard and you needed a tip, so do better.
No, like a monetary tip.
We're
mean
giving
like-
you a lift back to town.
You mean like one of the tips on Lightbringer?
Right. You've been gone so long that I forgot you were supposed to bring me back. I've been freezing my tail off out here, okay?
Oh, I thought y'all were he was gonna go drop you off. No? Oh, okay.
Valda's like, don't mention that was an option.
No.
I look at Grips like, hey, did you do that to him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah. I'm giving him a high five.
He's pretty good. But he relies a bit too much on the fire stuff.
Yeah, he thinks it's really, like, big and bad, but it's not.
I remember what you told me. Nothing, no magic can make up for a good sword.
It's true.
Yeah.
Although,
And don't forget, you can always ask Pyraxis for more swords.
Right. I should have been doing that the whole time.
The great. He's actually not responding to me recently a whole lot. Like,
My God is mad at me.
We should maybe hold off on that. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I forget where we left. Do I know the pattern well enough to be able to
Yeah, you
change
can
it back?
rearrange.
Okay, and I'll
Hell.
rearrange it to start flying us back to town.
Okay. You rearrange the runes on the helm to compose the sort of virtual helm that allows this ship to go airborne. I will have you make a survival check.
and the whole time I'm talking, now, Flint, we're in a rush, okay? So, what we're going to do is, like, when you jump, when I toss you over the side, I need you to tuck and roll.
Like your namesake.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not my namesake. I'm Flint, not Tuck.
Well, then you tuck, roll, and Flint.
Well, we call you Flint, but your name is.
Also, I feel like we're getting stuck on a lesser detail. You're not throwing me overboard.
No. Not throwing you, dropping.
Tossing.
Yeah, I said toss.
It's a gentle nudge.
That's the same thing. You know how fast this thing goes?
How fast does this thing go?
I don't know. You want to find out?
No, like I'm saying,
No.
I'm saying in the battle, I'll like step on it. Let's see.
That's what he says. Like, I don't know. Do you want to figure it out? At 21.
Okay. As you almost roll your eyes at Flint's protesting, the shift lifts up, sort of swiveling into place as you angle it back towards Caldric, and you slam your hands forward as the two wings angle and the engine roars to life. You begin sailing forward at lightning
Rorias
speed.
for life.
Yeah. We have parachutes?
We've got cloth.
How many G-forces are we hitting?
0.5.
Ooh.
You all get to Caldric in about a day and a half.
I keep up the ruse that that we can't stop.
So we
The
ha-
whole time in Whifflet.
so we
Look,
have
it's not going to take you that much longer. You just set the ship down. I'm real quick. Little man can attest to that.
I'm
Why
like,
do
dude,
y'all want to keep him with us? Why wouldn't we just bring him back?
I have a what?
Why wouldn't we just bring him back?
We need
What we're doing.
We need a meat shoot.
Oh, I thought
We
you
are.
we don't want to stop. We want to just be like jump off while we fly
No.
by.
So I'm,
Trying to throw me overboard.
Yeah, I can't spare the dying on you.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I've seen Valoff do enough calculations before. I'll have a piece of his chalk. I'm drawing on the ship and all these hieroglyphic looking like math equations, and then like yep, and a little stick figure.
Valoff like shoots off a mage hand and is like correcting it behind you.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you-
yeah.
you're writing.
Now, if you can get 60 feet above the ground, I can teleport him down.
Yes, but I do believe forward. That's a good time to practice.
move at the? Because we were talking about this earlier. Like if you teleport, you're still moving at that speed. When
First of all, it looks like you forgot the coefficient of drift. Second of all, you're going to turn me into cobalt paste. Set the ship down. Let me get off.
Now let's just set it down.
But
It'll
I
be
really want to
so-
learn if we teleport him while we're moving, what happens?
Honestly, Draad
it's a science experiment.
It's
Yeah.
from one point to another.
Flint, Flint,
It's nothing going to be
What if
different.
we
Oh my God.
slow down enough that you wouldn't take damage if you do continue moving?
Okay, or we give him an immovable rod, and he teleports. The rod
Do we
activates.
have an
and he-
immovable rod?
No, Draad is just being
I'm about to say,
hypothetical.
you've been holding out on me this whole time.
You do suddenly remember that you have a item sitting within the box of curiosities,
Oh yeah.
or the coffer of curiosities from
Oh
your friends over in Nivira, and more specifically, the team working to assemble such items on Vidnica.
Okay.
What is it?
As you open the box, it contorts and begins to unfold. It opens up into about letterbox size, where you see on top of a red velvet plush setting, a set of scissors with very sharp blades at the end, and a handle that appears to be made of blackened bone.
It's to cut the threads.
They're scissors of shadow snipping.
Okay. I'm like, come here, Flint. I cast light to make a shadow behind them.
Guys, look. I know things have been rough between us. Feel like we were such good friends before.
Make
we
a
just we let that get away from
make a
us.
charisma check.
I was going to try to roll a persuasion check.
one.
While he's talking, I'm just snipping his shadow. Snip, snip, snip.
I was going to try to make a persuasion check on these two to set the ship down.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't. This is, we're gonna get you low enough where we can teleport you down, and we will slow the ship down enough that even if you do not stop moving forward, it'll just kind of be a little stumble,
I mean, I guess the snow is piled up pretty high.
and then it'll teach us in the future if you do carry your forward momentum whenever we teleport you off the ship.
All right, just remember the rest of our deal.
Sure. I don't remember the rest of our deal.
I get the street credit. You were there. You
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, we did agree to that.
Yeah.
I did most of the work.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
You couldn't have done it without us, and in reality, we couldn't have done it without you. But yeah.
Thanks. It means a lot.
Mm.
I mean, it's
Hey.
true, but it still means a lot to hear you say it.
Even the part where you fell asleep, had you not been the one to fall asleep, we would have had to fall asleep.
Well, I blacked out. Who's to say what really happened when I went into that blind rage?
All of us,
Oh,
we all
you-
watched
you-
it happen.
You got struck by lightning, turned into crispy
Crispy
like cobalt on a stick.
Right.
It's funny, I don't remember
being struck by lightning?
Right, convenient.
Nobody remembers being struck by lightning.
I don't think anybody remembers dying,
Yeah.
arguably, but they did it, you know?
So, I imagine this conversation continues for the day and a half that it takes to get you back.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're like long resting and taking shifts and
Yeah.
all that stuff that we need to do.
So you all can hit the long rest button. That's easily done
Sweet.
enough.
I'm gonna
Is it-
wake up leveled up.
I relinquish control of his shadow, at which point it's up in the DM's control, and it just starts attacking people.
Did you really cut his shadow?
Yeah.
You have to attune to the item first. Sorry.
Oh.
You can do that afterwards.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it takes no time at all for you to attune,
He
really.
can't attune. He has too many things.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
never
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
Oh, no! Attunement slots, the
I
bane of
didn't-
every adventurer's
Ooh.
experience.
Speaking of
This
that,
barely does anything. Why is it required?
Take a level in Artificer.
Razad shaping the gauntlets of ogre power
Hmm?
to a +2 shield, +1 shield.
Got it.
So my AC
Plus
is going
5
to
shield?
be 20. 18?
Got it.
Nice.
So in no time at all, you all are able to reach Cauldrick, at which point you do slow the ship just enough and allow Flint to plummet over
Gotta
the side.
teleport him. Well, no, I thought she was going to teleport him.
Oh, you're just
Yeah, I'm just
teleporting?
gonna teleport him.
Okay.
60 feet.
I'll cast Spare the Dying in case he flies.
He's got all his armor on. He finishes tightening one of the straps, then he looks at you. He's ready. See, you hear the armor sort of clanging and chittering as he's shaking.
I got a healing word ready.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just cold. It's just cold.
I'll cast Hidden Paths,
Okay.
and he'll teleport 60 feet.
As vines spring up around him and swallow him into the floor, you see the vines reappear just budding beneath the snow pile below you, as suddenly a kobold gasps as if surfacing out from underwater. That was terrible!
But he didn't like
so,
keep
okay.
moving.
You
did great!
I would have had Jeff. Wait, what'd you say?
He didn't keep moving. Like he.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, I would have had Jeff on the edge so that I could see and he didn't keep moving. So now we know we can blaze past
It
places
is perfectly okay.
and teleport people off the edge.
Yeah, the ultimate dropship. Yeah.
Ultimate drop
We
ship.
have no problems to worry about.
And then I'll redirect where we need to actually be going. And
Where are you going?
I looked at Draad.
Going east, right? Northeast.
Oh,
Southeast, I thought. Right.
wait, where was the ship at still?
It was at Dolakar Hind, and now it's in Cauldrick. I'm gonna pull up the map so that
We're
chat
going
knows
to your
where we
home,
are.
right? Which is in the southeast.
Yeah, we need to head south.
So
We need
you
to
all
head
are in sort of the upper left here at Cauldrick and
We need to
Dolakar
head, like,
Hind.
320 degrees south.
You're going almost completely south, but just a little east as
Little
well.
bit
to
east.
Svathmar,
And why
it
are we
sounds like.
going there?
It's on the way to the next spot that we got.
It's on the way to where the giants are.
It's off the east coast where we need to go, which is why this whole east nonsense was there. But
Right.
we're
So-
north.
Are we
north,
passing
We are
by?
going to Svathmar.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we passing by that?
Is that your home?
Dad's at?
No.
He's in
Where are you
Ashendale,
from?
which is
Ashendale.
southwest.
That's where we just were.
Well, teleported back to. We were in Vidnica, and then we said, "Nope."
That's where we just left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where we dropped off old boy.
Yep.
Right,
Cauldrick.
Cauldrick.
So
Land
from
of
your
the
current
Tides.
position, it takes you about 3 days to get as far as Svathmar, especially as you guide the ship over the Sable Fuel, its blackened, jagged peaks piercing through the sky as you swerve around each of their tumultuous, rocky outcroppings. Is there anything you all would like to do over that 3 days? I know you've got a lot of to-dos taken care of, but I just want to make sure.
Contingent greater invisibility.
Okay.
When we get into combat.
Okay.
First things first, before anything happens, I'd like to cast Hollow on the ship.
Okay.
Takes 24 hours to cast it.
What'd that do?
Yeah. So I can choose any of these creatures, the usual list of aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. Creatures of the chosen types can't willingly enter the area, and any creature that is possessed by or that has the charmed or frightened condition from that creature can't enter the area either.
Okay.
There's also an extra effect I add to it that binds to the area. I'm thinking about extra dimensional interference, which is where creatures of any of the types that it shows can't enter or exit the area using teleportation or interplanar travel. If I choose Fae, can I exclude Flora?
Does the spell say that you can exclude?
No.
No.
Great. Great. I was hoping you would not think about it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So I will choose all aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, or undead.
Got it.
I will the hollow. I would like
Ship smells of incense even as it soars through the sky.
to,
Although I imagine Drazad's incense to be a little bit more metallic, sort of like a smoked oud.
yeah, definitely. I actually really like that smell. Yeah. And I would then cast Word of Recall on the ship.
Ooh.
Which the reason I'm casting that on the ship,
Level spells.
yeah, is if we get into some shenanigans and I have Word of Recall
Call
prepped,
it.
we can, if y'all are within 5 feet of me and you're willing, we can instantly teleport back to the ship.
Oh yeah.
But you have to cast it and
What's-
designate a sanctuary
What
first.
was the first thing you cast?
Hollow.
What does it do?
It basically kind of like what you
Makes
would
it
imagine. It like hollows an area.
ground.
Yeah. Yeah. It basically
Hallow.
like consecrates.
Hallow.
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 Sorry.
Hallowed hall.
Like Halloween.
Yeah.
So you basically where certain people can't enter.
Certain creature
Yeah.
types.
I was confused when you said frightened or charmed by. So if a bad guy frightens me or charms me, I can't re-enter.
No, the creature that did that to you can't enter.
Let me.
But it also says, and any creatures that creature had frightened or
And any creature that is possessed by or that has the charmed or frightened condition from such creatures isn't possessed, charmed, or frightened by them while in the area. So you
so you would
lose
break-
the
You
condition.
would
would
break the
immediately
condition.
break that.
So like
Makes
if
sense.
somebody would,
wait, what?
Let's say enchantress.
I'm just gonna read the spell.
Yeah, that sounds good.
sorry,
No, that's
it's a long spell that, and I wasn't trying to like get super into
No,
it. I just
I
wanted to
was
make sure it was
confused.
there.
because I thought you were saying that like if I get
No.
That
If
is
you
what
were
I
to get
said
charmed
at
or
first.
frightened,
I
if you
didn't-
entered the hallowed area, it would go away.
Okay.
This is a very protected area now.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
For
okay,
us.
okay. It's a hollowed hull, if you will.
I would also learn 2 more spells from spell scrolls that I forgot I had.
Nice. Do something you forgot was in your pocket. Thank goodness you didn't wash those pants.
Yeah. And then Val
Read.
smells his clothes. He's like,
Down.
maybe I should wash these pants.
I'm gonna use Drazad's tool,
Seeing it is fine, yeah.
and me and Grizzly are gonna make the ugliest cup holders, and then we're gonna scratch it off his list.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Make a Smith's Tools check that uses your strength mod.
That's nothing now.
Yeah.
That's a really good spell.
Whoa, 18.
Gripzik got a 22.
Whoa.
Yeah, go
Oh, wait,
Gribbs.
I'm gonna take a chat roll for a dirty. No, we're gonna go higher than that. I'm gonna take a chat roll for a.
You gotta beat
Cup
Gribzik.
holders.
No, I want to tie Gribbsy.
What did Gribzik get?
23.
23.
22. Sorry.
22.
Yeah, so you need a 4, yeah.
That's a good spell.
We both got 22s.
Yeah.
You each are able to create what you thought were going to be sort of ramshackle cup holders, but the edges of these are quite clean. And as Gribzik has explained to you, it's really hard actually to get the curvature right, but you're pretty good at this, it looks like. It doesn't even really have like that hand-hammered look. It's just smooth.
Yeah, man. I feel really good, Grizzly. You're a really good teacher.
Well, you know, you've been teaching me a lot of things, so I figured I'd pass on a little bit of my knowledge to you.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. Now,
Nod goes to pick up a hammer. He feels sad remembering how strong he used to be. Oh.
now Mr. Draad doesn't have to
Then-
make the cup holders.
Then he tries to strike the
Mr.
hammer
Daddy.
with his charisma.
Honestly.
You want to beat up that cup
Yeah.
holder, don't you? So, as all of you have taken your time to make your best preparations as you head into the unknown, your airship rides towards the Sable Fuel, and beyond. Suddenly, a settlement emerges from the stone like a secret unearthed. Cradled in the shadow of the black cliffs, Svathmar is ringed by a tall, unyielding wall of gray stone. 2 great oaken doors guard the entrance, their archway framed by ancient runes in the giant's tongue. Kral Storan Aru Karkan. We are but stones to be molded.
Mm-hmm.
Like that last
Man, Maid has
bit.
only.
Rue Karkan.
Yeah, that was part of that thing with the Medusa, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Valoth, where are you setting the ship down?
When you say Medusa, I'm like,
This is an island, right?
a rotting
No,
head.
Oh, I thought it was. My bad.
Hrafheim is just on the other side of the mountain range that ends.
Oh no.
Ew, 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 ew.
We do.
I guess similar to what we did when we were back in Coldrick. This is the place where the people were chanting the weird stuff, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Further. Maybe like our old things that we used to do about an hour out.
Okay.
Hours walk out.
You get a little bit of a glimpse of the city skyline as you push past it. It certainly doesn't look to be an expansive settlement. Most of the buildings you can see have these tall chimneys sticking out of them, and you gather, and maybe Draad even reassures you that many of these homes are smithies. This place looks towards creating items as a way of life.
Gotcha. I will also employ my usual. Oh, it's been some time now though. Skywrite to
Mhm.
try and camouflage us as we.
Okay. I'll say
Same.
make a stealth check with advantage, especially because the area around Svathmar is relatively unpopulated.
And ship stuff?
And ship stuff.
Chipped off.
That is dang near 20 on the dice. So that
Yeah,
is
on my
going to
turn.
be.
Did Heroes Feast again?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. And you'll have the frightened stuff if y'all don't already have it in there.
27.
Okay.
Put
Frightened and.
yeah.
With
More than
this-
that.
Might copy and paste this.
Proficiency's not 2. 29.
29?
29!
So, with this new ship under your fingertips, you feel a sense of control that you never felt with the Copper Griffin.
Copy it.
The mithril phoenix glides through the air, making not so much as a sound until it gently sets down upon the rocky earth below you. What would you all like to do?
Hey, Grit,
Scramble the hell.
Grizzly, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's our next project, or one of our next projects, and I think you're going to be able to like draw this up. Let's make a cloaking device for the ship,
Ooh.
like something like mirrors that deploy that like bend the light around it.
Yeah. Lots of mirrors. Polished metal.
Right.
Durant showed me how to polish metal. I can do that.
Okay. We'll work on it when we come back. You draw up some plans.
Sure thing. You see him grab a slip of paper and one of Valoth's quills. He accidentally spills some of the ink that you have. Oh, sorry. And he kind of tilts it back up and scoops the ink back into the jar across the desk.
Al's like, didn't even know I had that. He uses his Illuminator's tattoo to write everything. He's like, that's fine.
And he gets right to work on it.
I would also like, I said scramble the helm, but I'd actually like to adjust it to a teleportation circle that is not the one linked to Vithnica.
Okay.
So that should we need to hastily make our way back here, I can.
He does also have word of recall, but that's true.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but like if for whatever reason, I'm gonna
Okay.
make this a habit of whatever this teleportation circle that I put on it. That's what I'm always gonna change it to instead of scrambling it.
Okay. You make a new pattern within the helm that mirrors a teleportation circle that you are intimately familiar with and able to cast at a moment's notice. Or 10 minutes
notice.
10 minutes.
So with that, all of you set out towards Svathmar, walking back the way you flew towards where, when last you left it, Draad, you saw black smoke and plumes rising into the sky from the heat of forges you now see clear skies and nothing.
I don't see any forges running. No black smoke.
No smoke.
And that is where we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go nowhere. See you in a bit. Bye. Bye.
That was fun.
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, XIVM, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Drazadi, Ira Wing, Memebot 69,000, Dutin 103, Devin Beard, Zebak Longfang, Lil Tired, Jason Miller, Defiant Chaos, Wilfredo Figueroa, Ruby Rod, Sam Huffpower, Daniel Struve, Agile Monk, Moon Goose McQueen, Jude Eshett, Killer Kitty, Lions, Joshua Cutter, High Sierra, Turt Zulz, Leonidas Kyra, MJR, Niklon Oxendy, Wayne Webster, Aaron B, Hero G9000, Mini Warlord, John Shearer, Maze, Frederick Bolton, Rub My Beard, Carmine Graves, Ninja King 365, Mysterious Observer, Brett Gidry, Donna Janvo, Craig H, Jaden Thomas, Calady, Mitkel Storian, John Washburn, State of the State, Rick D, Coddle, Kyrie Williams, Jeremiah Larrabee, L. McKinsey, Dead Reckoner, Gooby Shock, Prodigy X40, Amy Paradis, Spaceborn, Fellow Nerd, Scorched Inferno, Matthias Alfonso, Corbin Dallas, Tom Lithgow, Felipe Paiva, Chuck, Austin, JJ Terra JJ, Alicia F, Juggler John, Andrew Schaefer, Plant Person, Erudite DM, Darth Melkor, The Bluey One, Robert is a Painter, Balbu Valbu, Robert Styles Click, Lisa, Salisbury Swade, Orion the 11B, Mike Roth, Ragnarok CZD, Nicole F, Old Grey Man, David Shaw, Butterknife, Almighty Zeus, Cynthia Rosa, Godwin, Grief Steep, James DeBoer, Blaine Dexter, HGJ Hahn, Michael Barlett, Justin Shaw, Charlie Gardner, Brendan Sparrow, Erlis Quill, Wesley Gouge, Richter Belmont, Greg O'Leary, Hiroshi T, Iloculot, Claudio Mendez, Gordon Roddy, Debonair Gaming, Magpie from Mars, William Mihalkic, A Series of Curious Runes, Justice Keats Fitzgerald, Tyler Dan, Tracy Pujol, Anubis Magic, Sidse Haldig, Everett McMahon, Rafal Sechowski, Tandem Tonda, Darking JN, Kendrick Valentine, Evan Atkins, Mr. Noble, Harrison Nutt, El Cementerio de Adam, Bardic Aggravation, Kevin Weatherall, One-Eyed Goat 90, T.I. Block, Daddy Dur Frosty, Alphabet Apostate, Greg Argyle Audio, Silver Scarab, Josh Gonzalez, Jen Jam, Seth Neely, Stephen Hansen, B.D., Patrick Irvine, Dale Smith, Rumbly, Koro Ha, Dalton Hunter, Tyler Morris, Manny S, Doc Sunshine, Someone Else, Benjamin Crowley, Joe Machine, Chris Perkins, Chaos Hole, Werther, Kraft Nazir, Alexandre Henriquez, Atlas, Nick Dyson, Vic, Geeks with Scars, J.O. Hearn, Blade Roller, Mr. Geoton, Grow, Liminal Entity, Scarlet, Quieton, Ontus, Big Bad RPG, Lost Kutku, HD Siles, Frank Flood, Jason 96, Nicholas G, JJ Sasquatch, Daniel J. Colby, Sukin, Fables D20, David I. Smalley, Julian Grunwald Innocent, Casey, Kaiser That's Me, Tom Lapierre, Roe Medina, Mecha King Leo, Fajar M, Padfoot, Piconjo, J. Wicked, Matthew Baker, Rusty Path, CSM Second, Mike G, Chris Jones, Bard Hero, Chaotic Neutral, Rayan Harif, Bakil Askamrim, Bartholomew, 6D6, Kyle Hamilton, Vex YYC, Aldo Graciano, and Will. Tiago Silva, Amadeus, Asmodeus, Matt Lee, Cortius, Cocodemos, Sam H, Dirtinus, Dradaman, Soultron 42, Shapeshifter Bot, Jerry Williamson, Squiddy, Brother Oblivion, The Rowan Portal, Call Me Bob, Sintrotech PC, Chris James, Noilus, and Princess Zemoy.
You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Greetings, viewers. Bramble Backfoot hopping by to let you know about our monthly homebrew packets issued to all those brave enough to join the ranks of our prestigious order. With a plethora of items, monsters, mechanics, and more, it's easier than ever to bring chaos home to your table. So become a member and let's fight the forces of evil together.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next tune, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Draad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. On talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkeport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... Oh! Excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you didn't die like Draad did on the other side of the table here.
Alex stabbed me again.
No, I hope you had a great break. We all did. We are well rested and ready to undertake what lies ahead in the streets of Svathmar.
In these streets.
Ma.
Out in these streets.
Draad is so nervous. I don't want to do this. Let me wait till next week.
Yeah, yes.
Let me
Brain check.
reschedule. Yeah.
You all approach the town. Draad, I imagine you may be leading the way.
Yeah.
And as you draw near, you do confirm that there is no black smoke pouring out from the numerous smokestacks behind the walls of Svathmar. In fact, you find most peculiarly the fact that the two large oaken doors are partly ajar. Not closed
like,
shut
get
as they
into
so
the city?
often are.
Turn the doors into jars.
To get into the city. This is the same. This is the city that I sat forever outside of, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very exclusive.
No, there is clearly look, long story short, all right. Something's clearly wrong. There's a problem. That door, Draad, to get into this place, Draad literally had to sit out here and figure out how to make something that the dwarves would be impressed with for like
Oh, so it's how we got into the other
Days.
place.
several days.
So are they dead?
Flora,
Well,
how do you think? Hold on. I don't know.
just shit in the middle of the road.
Oh, God.
Is that the thing you made to impress the
Draad
dwarves?
is-
Draad has a different energy when he's over here.
Zod is really stressed right now.
I see that. Okay, so
Well, then
let's go inside.
Just then you feel like a slimy eggshell on the back of your neck as I'm like casting Rary's telepathic bond before we go
God.
inside.
I never get over that.
Every time you do that, Drazad's back arches like a cat. He's like,
Your scales stand up on
yeah,
end.
literally, yeah. Drazad hates that.
Doors are
feeling.
jars.
But thankfully, it is pretty
No.
helpful.
In my ring.
So, continuing, who's leading the way?
Drazad.
Assuming you all are continuing.
Yeah, I'm going in.
I think Draad is leading the way.
I think I'm letting Draad lead the way.
I think Draad brought us here. He can lead us.
Absolutely. You step through the open gate into a town built not for comfort, but for crafting. Svathmar is forged in symmetry and stone. Its buildings squat and sturdy, each crowned with a tall chimney that stretches into the sky. Though a great communal forge stands at the center, a massive structure of blackened brick and glowing rune-etched stone, nearly every home bears its own hearth, anvil, or smelter, proof that here, smithing is a way of life.
I'll immediately begin ritual casting Detect Magic. Before I would have probably even done this like as we were walking in, just if anything, there's any signs of like leftover like necrotic energy. Because at this point, Draad is thinking that like either the multiversal undead obsidian
Weapon breathing undead
dragon.
multiversal dragon.
Right.
Thank you,
I
Justin.
remember the order.
We got 20 gifties from Justin.
Oh, thanks, Justin!
He just
Welcome
hopped
in, man. You know how to make an entrance.
Is YouTube's UI
Thank you so much, man.
right now?
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Refresh your page.
I really, really appreciate that, Justin. Thank you so much. If you guys don't know, Justin's from over at Darkeport. Check them out. Their link is in the description below. And he is a great friend of the channel in more ways than you all could possibly know. Justin, you need to come down sometime. I will cook you some food, man. Get over here. Thank you. What were you saying, Draad? I'm sorry.
No. Don't apologize. He's worried at this point that like some of the corrupted obsidian has gotten into this place, or someone has been sent here to like curse this place per se.
The music sounds like maybe.
I'm gonna give Keaton everybody ritual cast some stuff. I'm gonna like knock on my drum, and now that Lars is here, he's like, "Hey, teach me that spell. Do that spell." And I'm gonna ritual cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
I think Justin's trying to cast chaos.
Oh.
He just did a super chat and he says, "Now I have enough for chaos."
What?
No, it's okay.
You super chatted too? You didn't have to do both.
It's behind the pole.
Oh my God, Justin, thank you.
Oh no.
Well, yes, you are right. You do have enough to make chaos, and I happen to have some chaos prepared, as I do always. As is always the case for anyone new watching, viewers can construct chaos during the stream to make some trouble for the players or potentially help them out.
Oh my god.
Never really know.
All negative.
Seeing odd ritual cast comprehend languages, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try to ritual cast it faster than him.
I started before you. I'm moving faster.
Can you cast slow on one of them?
No, I don't. I
Cast haste on myself and then try to ritual cast. No.
So,
And then I also want to give everybody Bardics. Well, because Bardics last for an hour now.
okay.
It's a D8.
It's a D10.
Do we have heroic and bardics?
That is right.
Yes.
I imagine that you
Inspired.
go around the group, just taking a turn each time, placing a hand on their shoulder and being like, I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling
Yeah.
about that. Draad, since you're leading the way, make a perception check, and this will count for your detect magic as well.
Okay.
See how much you can notice.
Perception 21.
Okay.
Wah. Thanks for always doing it with
Wow.
You see out ahead of you a fine mist of enchantment energy, which you know is not something that normally pervades the air of Hrafheim. Obsidian is a very willing metal when it comes to enchantment. And so when crafting a new weapon, it's important to keep enchanting magic away from that metal, lest it be soaked up. Because you rolled a 21, you can see that in some areas, that enchantment energy is drawn more dense than others.
It's denser in certain places.
Mhm.
Is there anything that, like in those places that I don't want to go into it necessarily, but are we in the fog? Is it like everywhere around, or is it like up there?
It is everywhere around you. You are in it currently.
You are in Dagobah.
There's not a physical fog, but I mean it is
Right.
based on your detect magic. You're seeing sort of a fine mist throughout the
What
area.
school of
Enchantment.
oh sorry.
That's okay. Moreover, as you continue to inspect the surroundings, you see the winding stone path that cuts through the heart of the settlement, lined with iron braziers, now cold and empty. No footsteps mar the soot upon the road save your own. There are no voices, no hammers ringing on metal, only the creak of wind through the open gate behind you and the quiet weight of the abandoned town.
Would I know that the fog is like either a powerful enough effect or a large enough effect that something like Dispel Magic probably wouldn't have an effect on it?
I would say make an Arcana check with advantage because you are able to see.
I would also ask
Clearly.
if with the numerous times that we cast Detect Magic while the Dakaran imbued
23.
obsidian weapons are there, is this similar, or would we not be able to distinguish a difference?
Saw a mist like this before, though.
Well, it's
We saw like necrotic energy back at Tuxton.
It's not like mist keeps mist, is it?
you
No, 'cause
notice that
was an
this is
actual mist.
what was your Arcana check?
23.
You notice that this is distinctly different from that. This appears to be a different sort of airborne magic. It certainly carries a will of its own, but it does not appear to be exceptionally similar to what you experienced in Mistkeep with all that sort of necrotic.
Magic virus.
Yeah. Out loud I'll say and look over at Valoth, and there is some magical effect permeating all around this, almost like a fog. It is denser than other areas and lighter in some.
Are we
That is an effect that Draad is not sure he is seeing
breathing it
before.
in?
Draad would assume so, yes. It is
How
around
can you
us.
see it going into my lungs?
I mean, does it have... It doesn't have like a... I know it doesn't have like a...
It's not really riding on the wind necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
It like as you move, you can see it sort of like parting around people, but it's as they breathe in and out, it's not being soaked up. It's not like spores in that way. Moreover,
Is your wyvern thing with you?
No. It's not fully like a familiar.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
moreover, you would find that this is definitely not like a necromancy. If anything, this is maybe like a charm effect of some kind.
Yeah, okay.
Checking all the houses, kind of ducking my head in.
Streamlabs restart.
Oh, it's freaking out. It's always when we go on.
You said you're checking all the houses.
Like
I
an
just want
hour.
to duck my head in there real quick, just see like, are they disturbed? Is anybody in them?
Okay. Make a perception check as you look into several of the houses.
Oh, a 7.
Your chat roll.
Okay.
You hit the button a bunch, Mo.
What is my
rolled it.
perception?
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a 16 for Dirt Twin.
As you look around through each of these homes, you see a few things that strike you as irregular, but you're not really from here. In most cases, you see no sign of them having been lived in. Everything is neatly put away, unlike what you saw before in Hollow Hall, where like food had been left out to rot. Some great cataclysm had disturbed people in the middle of what they were doing. It almost is as if the people that lived here put their things away, made clean their living quarters, and left. But what you find peculiar is the fact that in a couple of these homes, you see a couple of small spikes of obsidian sticking up through the floor.
Ooh, Draad. Is that normal?
Well,
Be bloody like
they are.
their feet.
They don't appear to have any blood on them, though.
No, Draad is kind of to this point where he would assume that there is some effect permeating the actual obsidian that exists basically throughout the land.
Does it grow from the ground up like that? I thought it takes a long time.
Well, though, you know, stalactite, stalagmite, you know.
Whenever you imbue a weapon with magic,
Mhm.
whenever you enchant an obsidian weapon, does it grow?
You mean grow like physically? No.
Is all the obsidian connected in the ground?
It is like similar to other
Veins?
like ores. Yeah, right. Draad would imagine that is. I mean, I do not know everything about it, but yeah.
You think we could fly the ship through it like we did the mithril?
Let's not try that. Draad is not prepared for that.
You,
Add it to the
Draad,
list.
and Valoth are kind of kicking around these different theories and ideas, trying to piece together this puzzle. And all the while, you're continuing to investigate some of these homes, and you round a bend in the stone path. Flicker of motion catches your eye with your non-natural 20 perception check. You spy a small, hunched figure moving between shadows of the empty settlement. A deep gnome, cloaked in soot-stained leathers, hefts a heavy sack slung over one shoulder. He freezes as he spots you, wide eyes locking with yours for the briefest of moments. Then, without a word, he turns and bolts, boots scraping against the stone path, the contents of the sack clattering faintly as he flees deeper into the silent streets of Svathmar. Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Oh my God.
yeah. I was going to try.
Advantage, right? You're still attuned to the staff?
Valoth, what'd you get?
16.
16. Odd? 17.
38.
Razad.
I got a 21, but it'll be 20.
Okay.
Because I got 21 too.
All right, Flora, 21. Got it.
17.
38.
So I'm going to place this deep gnome here.
What does it mean, stealth check at initiative 0 each round versus perception of the closest creature?
We gotta see him.
Yeah, you have to continue the chase. You have to keep eyes on him. So the creature that's closest is going to make a perception check at the end of the round, and he's going to make a stealth check. And if he succeeds, if he breaks your line of contact and hides, then he gets away.
And who is running?
This is a deep gnome that you saw in the street holding a heavy bag full of material you can't see. And the second he saw you, he turned and started running.
I want to yell, why are you running?
Why are you running?
If you would give me all your minis, I'm going to set you
Why
sort
are
of
you
at the
running?
starting line back here.
Flora?
I don't know where mine is.
I took it already. I could reach yours.
I was like, it was behind my computer, and I don't know where it is anymore.
Did you get the 12, Caleb?
New.
Got it.
Who was
Thanks
that?
for all the dice rolls, Broggy.
Yeah.
He's been lighting us up.
Thank you. Oh, he just sent another one. Oh, wait, that might be the one I'm catching up on.
Oh my gosh, my tailbone is hurting so bad today.
Yeah. So currently, they are 60 feet out in front of you. Sorry. We're going to do the old thing of each square is 10. So they're 120 feet out in front of you. But first in the initiative is actually Flora. What would you like to do?
I want to try to bonus action
Before you do that, you need to roll a d12 for me.
D12.
Here I
Okay.
am having just unprepared whole person. That's what I was scrolling
8.
looking for.
Okay. As you rush down the street, you see an open furnace that is not quite cooled. And as it still glows, you're rushing past it. Some of the embers lick off and rush over your flammable green outfit. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dirty twine.
Okay. You were able to pat out the flames as you rush past, avoiding being lit aflame yourself, and you continue to rush forward. What would you like to do?
Where is he? Can I see him?
He is right there. He's the little guy.
Oh.
We can move this.
Do we know how far he is?
He's 120 feet. Each square is going to be 10 feet this time
Okay,
instead of 5.
so then I am going to use my... Sorry.
That's okay.
Do it for you.
Just Draad, you're on deck, so you know.
I'm going to bonus action teleport 60 feet with hidden paths.
Ooh, I didn't realize that was 60 feet. Nice.
Yes, it is.
That's why we only had to get 60 feet down before we
2, 3,
flint tuck off the edge.
5, 6.
So then I should be 60 feet away from him.
Uh-huh.
I'm not forgetting about the mystery of Tuck Third. Don't ever forget that.
Then
I'm finding
I am going to...
That's impressive.
So, you know the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse?
And the other thing I was going to cast is also...
He's death for Dekarin.
The first thing.
Could be the shortest chase of all time here.
Oh, what'd you cast?
I was going to cast Grasping Vine, but it's also a bonus action. But I can either Entangle or Erupting Earth. Y'all know I love Entangle.
I'm gonna be blunt. If I can catch up to him, I'm just
Entangle.
gonna banish him. Then we can surround that
Yeah,
spot. and just let him come back.
I'm entangling him. Why am I playing? It's my favorite spell.
Dex save or strength?
Strength.
Strength.
Could just kill him and revive him.
But it
I'm
is.
down. I don't care.
It's a 20-foot square, so it will be difficult terrain for him.
Okay.
So 2 squares.
All right, and I have the marker for it. Okay, that is a 17.
38.
You save?
If he meets the DC, he saves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Well, Alex, that's
Well,
too big, right?
Yeah, because it's only 10. Each
Oh,
square's 10
right.
feet. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's
Well,
only a couple.
He's just in his square.
Here, look. I'll
Just
just
so
do
we
this.
know.
Here, it's just.
Okay.
But it's difficult terrain, huh?
Yeah.
So
You put magical effect.
it's gonna slow him down.
Yeah, it will. But I mean, okay.
So that was you bonus action forward, and as you leap out of your hidden path, a flurry of vines cascades from your palm, leaching across the stone in front of you and grabbing at his ankles as he high steps past it and is just barely able to break free as he continues to trudge through the difficult terrain. Are you doing anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Zod, it is your go. What would you like to do? Odd, you're on deck.
Okay, wait. Don't I have to roll a d12 first?
You do have to roll a d12. Thank you. I will continue to forget that.
Yeah,
So
I gotta
please
go
continue to remind me.
D12? They're such a weird dice. No offense, people.
I know, we never use them.
They're wild. An 8.
Morgan uses them.
Go ahead and re-roll it. That's the same one Morgan just rolled.
Oh, yeah, that's boring. 7.
Okay. A faded ward glyph flares to life under your feet. Make a int save.
Glyph of warding. Combat.
Got him. Shouldn't have bitched
Just
about
talking
it.
about it, yeah.
It's coming for me. An intelligence save, you said?
Yes.
That's these spiky dice.
You have a bardic if you need it.
15.
Okay. With a 15, you avoid being momentarily disoriented as a concussive blast erupts all around you. You imagine that this dizzying effect might have sent you any movement that you used in a random 50-50 direction.
No, Draad
So,
isn't focused. He cannot be
You
broken.
made it past that. What would you like to do?
Okay, and it's 120 feet. I have 30 feet of movement. I'd like to action dash twice.
Can you? How?
Use your action.
No. Turns in a row, you can do that. Not.
Oh God. Okay. I was
not in one turn. You can do it that
like,
many
this is a
times.
weird chase, but I got
You're
this.
still limited by
I'll use my full 30 feet of movement
Okay.
and run forward.
1, 2, 3.
And then... No, I'm action dash. Let's go. I'm just going.
Okay. Another 3. So you're caught up to Flora here.
And with everything, because I don't want to like thunder step or anything crazy.
Okay.
An action dash, so just bonus action. That's mostly healing. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Odd, it is now your go. Valath, you're on deck. This individual actually is going last in initiative.
I will move 30 feet.
Okay.
How far away is it?
90.
90.
So I'll be 90 away.
Is 90 away?
He's 90 away
You
from you.
right there, yeah.
He's 60 away from us, right?
Correct.
We need to get some like measurements that are like different scales. You know,
Okay.
like I'm saying like these, like print out some that are like not the 5 foot,
Or like
5 inch.
10,
You know.
Yeah, I thought about printing out some more this week, but didn't have time.
Yeah, no, just eventually.
I'll definitely be doing
For this,
that
that's
soon.
60.
Oh, because
Oh
it's
yeah, I guess we
doubled,
could.
right? I didn't think
Yeah.
of that either.
I mean, if we needed a 30-foot version, though, for this, we just, cut that one in half. And, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Hey, that's something you don't have to paint.
Well, I guess I was thinking with the squares too. Like
Yeah, the squares
You
would
know
be-
what? That's what you could have done at 5:45 today.
that's what you could have done, Alex.
Dang it. Next time.
Yeah, Chad. Alex was ready early today, and he didn't know what to do, so he tried to make a whole new intro or BRB screen. He was sitting there. He's like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Are the weeds in front of him?
They are. You would have put them in front of him. It's 20 feet of
Yeah.
difficult terrain
Okay.
where he's standing and in front of
In
him
front of
because he
him.
did have to make the save.
It's a 20-foot square, so technically it's like all around him, but I centered it like right in front of him.
10 feet in front of him.
Yeah.
Sorry, the distance is throwing me off from what I wanted to do.
That's okay.
Unacceptable.
Did you dash?
I didn't dash. I don't think I want to dash. Everything's 60 feet, man.
Do you not have Dimension Door prepped?
I do, but I don't want to use it as a 4th level spell slot.
That's fair.
They're real important to me, okay?
No, that's fair.
One more thing to look up.
Uh huh.
Could an unseen servant trip somebody?
Have like a 0 strength.
Yeah.
They can try.
They have a strength of 2. Thank
Two,
you.
You're right.
Two.
So what is that minus?
Okay, this is what I'll do.
Mhm.
I will cast Fog Cloud using the
Using the drum.
Yeah. So he starts to beat the drum. It makes a little cumulus, and he throws it, and it hits right in front of him. I'm trying to blur his path so maybe he gets stuck
Okay.
in the. Well, it's gonna get him.
This is gonna make him easier to hide.
It is gonna make him easier to hide.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Son of a bitch.
You're like, here, quick, take cover.
Yeah.
You see Odd begin to make cotton candy, and he's like, oh, never mind.
that's not a
he
bad
puts it
idea.
back.
His stomach grumbles. He's like, I knew I
How
shouldn't
far
cast
away?
spells while I'm hungry.
He's 90 feet away from you.
I shouldn't
dash.
cast spells
Okay.
while I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right.
1, 2, 3. And Valoth, that is now your go. Did you roll a complication? I forgot.
He did not.
Dang it.
Unacceptable.
So I'm going to have you make the same int save. You saw Drazad's path and assumed the glyph had gone dormant. Oh, no.
This makes sense.
This makes sense.
I actually kind of like the way that this worked out.
This is why I couldn't figure out what to do. Yeah.
So
This makes sense.
roll any die and tell me even or odd.
Okay.
Odd like
You are not
odd
you.
or odd like odd?
I'll say odd. Rolled even.
Okay. So the movement that you just made
Doesn't happen.
is going to go backwards.
Oh no!
I'm only going to move you 3 back.
Okay.
But as you step on that glyph of warding,
Why am I?
the concussive blast sort of blows you back, and you're dazed and dizzied, staring up at the sky, and you're continuing to move forward. And as your vision sort of locks back down, you see an empty roadway in front of you, and you look behind you, and everyone else is running the other
As I
way.
go flying past Valos, I'm like, go get him, Valos.
I got other stuff to do. So now that I won't forget, Valoth, it is your go.
Come on, Master.
Roll a complication for
Fuck
me.
out
I
of
have-
12.
I have my own D12s.
8.
You know what? We're gonna keep it. Make a dex save as you run past the same glowing furnace.
Oh
that
wait, no.
Flora
Can I
did.
have theirs? Can I have their one?
No, you
I
can't.
like their one.
No, dex save. Dex save.
No.
Can I have their one?
I think that's enough.
Y'all
I'm
both
gonna
roll
take a chat
7s?
roll. I'm not using my reaction.
Just in case.
Yeah, just give me like an extra little bump because I got a 15, but I'm gonna take a chat roll. I have the wrong doc open. It is this one. I'm gonna take a 2 for a 17.
Okay. Your 17 is able to pass you through as you are relatively unscathed, patting out the flames before they become more of a problem. What would you like to do as you rush forward?
Seeing our friend run in the wrong direction for a little bit, I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna use all 30 of my movement to get to him, and I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder and I'm gonna say, "Nope, this way," and I'm gonna dimension Doris in front of. Nope, I'm gonna dimension Doris like
Okay.
here. Like,
Got it.
like that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably put us odd here, and then I'm gonna, I guess, yeah, I'll put us there.
Nice. This chase is about to get a whole lot more dynamic. I love it.
And that's.
What if he turns the other way?
What do you mean turns the other way? Like
All
goes
the chases
backwards
we've
then?
done before have assumed they continue to run straight.
No, I know, but I mean like they're in that hallway, so like at
Yeah.
least they'll be close to it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's all.
And then I'm just saying, we're not here to hurt you in any kind of way. We're trying to figure out what happened to everyone.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
No. Facing the wrong way still. You're
Talking to a wall.
Yeah, full on.
So, based on where you place this, Flora, it's going to take him instead of 15 feet to get out because he's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Then
So
it's going
it
to
would
take
be
him
10 on either
30.
side of him, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll say 30 to get here. And then he's going to bonus action dash and action
I
dash.
knew he had that kind of shit. That's why I was like, you gotta get him to run like by us, next to us.
Bring out the sticky tack.
No, he's going to rush this one. So. 4, 5. Here. Now, he has broken most everyone's line of sight, but not quite everyone. So as he goes to hide Draad, you are going to make a perception
can't
check
see
to see
him?
if you can see him. Draad's the closest. That's what that rule
Closest
was.
I can see him.
That's also not part of the base rules.
He's like 70 feet away from you right now, Draad.
18.
Okay, with your 18, you are able to clearly see him as he crouches down behind the stairs. You see him turn, looking past the large bag that he carries over his shoulder. He eyes you and sees, you see him, damn! And he begins to skedaddle a little bit
What
more.
color clothes does he have on?
Leathers, dark leathers,
Red leathers?
yellow leathers.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Covered red leathers?
No red leathers.
Where's the reindeer?
Flora, it is now your go. Roll a complication for me.
12, right?
E12.
9.
A 9. Hey, different number. We
New
like that.
number.
Dancing around 7, 8, 9. We
I'm saying.
As you
8
pass,
7s.
one of these obsidian spikes, you hear a ghostly chant echo in your head. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you're good at those.
I am good at those.
She's very wisdom.
Oh, she's
Was that on
not.
that one?
Chat. Use the chat roll.
Get a plus 10. I'm taking a chat roll.
So far, I think the lowest thing we've seen saved from these is a.
I'll take a 10 for a dirty 20.
Okay, with your dirty 20, you were able to shake it off, but for a moment there, you felt
That
like
jinxed me.
you needed to ascertain the source, and you began to look around, almost distracting yourself for where you were going. But you focus yourself up and continue forward. What would you like to do?
I am going to reach out and touch Draad as my bonus action, and I'm going to teleport.
Touch me.
Yeah. Touching me. And I'm going to transport him 30 feet.
Okay. Just straight towards him.
Draad, yeah.
I think you could do 6.
No, her teleports.
Maybe I did that wrong earlier with Tuck.
Oh, 30.
I was wondering how you got a 60-foot teleport, but
I can teleport myself 60, but
Or-
other people.
okay,
Sorry.
got it. No, it's fine.
Yeah, Tuck fell 30 feet. I
Yeah, he
didn't
fell
get the
30
thing
feet.
lower.
Knew it.
Sorry. Sorry.
And then I go back to the board and I'm like, oh, I was off.
Yeah, so I
Oh, I forgot to carry
Draad
the
30
1.
feet closer.
Yes.
And
It's the
then-
hair that you drew on the stick figure.
As
because
your
you thought it was
vines
Flora.
from the entangle begin to recoil back into the ground, they spring up around Draad, sucking you into the ground and then pushing you back out 30 feet ahead.
Yeah, and then I will drop my concentration on Entangle.
Okay?
So this will not be
Difficult
terrain for you
Sweet.
guys anymore. And then for my spell, I am going to move my full 30, like this way. So I should be able to see.
That's pretty
him.
generous.
That was 3 squares.
Draad was to the left of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see him now?
Yes, you can see him. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Big bonk.
That's comment.
Boom.
Am I within 60 feet of him now? Then I have a
Yeah,
line.
double check. You're close. Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Then I'm casting Grasping Vine.
Okay. What is the save that he needs to make?
None. I roll.
Ooh. Whip it good.
21.
21 is definitely going to hit.
So I am not trying to kill him.
Okay.
I'm going to do non-lethal, just so you know.
Funny of you to say that after hitting him. No, it's fine. I'm just kidding.
I'm not trying to kill him, but I
I
did
didn't
cast it
even-
at the 6th level.
No, I didn't even upcast. That's what I'm saying. I just want to grab him. And
What's your rolling damage for?
I hit him.
Oh.
11
Okay.
bludgeoning.
As
be like
as
a
that
Indiana
vine
Jones guy.
lashes at him, you see him employ some relatively quick reflexes, pulling his own hidden blade from behind him, and is going to cut at the grasping vine. He takes half that damage instead.
It's okay. He's grappled.
Okay. As he cuts at one of the vines, it whips around and actually grabs at his wrist. As he is now, is he
Can I-
grappled or restrained?
He's grappled.
Got it. Okay.
If he's huge or smaller,
He is
it's
smaller than
pulled 30 feet towards the vine, and he's grappled. So he.
Yoink.
Uh-oh.
Draad, there you are. I got you, buddy.
Oh, period. Okay.
Wow. What an amazing.
That was a very good turn.
Jeez, yeah.
Draad, it is your go. Your quarry stands in front of you, grappled. I would say he's just about 5 feet in front of you. What would you like to do? Well, complication first.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, your
waste-
D12.
I don't gotta waste nothing now that Flora took care of that. 5.
Ooh, this is the worst one.
Here we go.
You don't even save for this. You just
You just die, actually.
You
Yeah.
accidentally touch a piece of obsidian
No,
and
you-
become possessed.
No,
Yeah.
worse, you stub your toe on a piece
Your
of
pinky
obsidian.
toe.
Become
Yeah,
possessed.
and you just die.
As the ground beneath you begins to tremble, you begin to lose your footing a bit, and it's hard for you to stand upright, let alone move. So you're going to move at half speed this round.
Oh, so yeah, it is just no save.
It is no save.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, he's like right in front of me, though, isn't he?
Yeah, you're within range of him, so you don't necessarily need your speed anyway.
Yeah. Can I grapple him?
It's grappled.
He is currently grappled, but you can rush in and attempt to grapple him yourself as well. I'll give you advantage on the grapple check.
Yeah, like I want to hold him so I can basically like I want to headlock him and start being like, "What the hell is going on?"
I believe new grapple is I make a save, right? Against
I'll look it up.
they changed it. It always trips me up.
No. Yes, it is. Sorry, it's a saving throw against your 8 plus your strength and proficiency, Draad.
Okay, and I'll give him disadvantage.
So our
Ye-
proficiency's 4, so 12 plus your strength mod.
16.
Okay, so 16 is the roll to beat.
Because I got my ogre gauntlets.
He rolled an 18 on one die and a natural 1 on the other for a total of 8.
Is that with advantage or
That
disadvantage?
was with disadvantage.
Total.
Draad, as you rush in, you see a level of fear wash over this deep gnome's expression as they see a dragonborn ready to do unspeakable horrors to them. So,
I would
all of you are now out of initiative.
immediately cast Zone of Truth as soon as I get him into a grapple.
Okay,
Was he looking like less, like really hurt?
he doesn't actually look that hurt at all. He
Okay, 'cause
looks
He only took half damage, right?
Yeah, he looks pretty hardy. As he's strung up by this vine and Draad, you cast Zone of Truth. A yellow light begins to wash over him, and as he speaks, you can see a glowing sort of echo emanate from his mouth that unerringly tells the truth where his lips would normally lie.
Who are you?
Kurtag Cobble.
And what are you doing here, Kurtag?
Why are you running away?
Listen, I don't want any trouble.
Well, you should not have been thieving.
Well, let's hear him out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna
Who
say
says
in
that's
our,
what I was doing?
I'm gonna say in our telepathic
whoa.
bond, we literally just showed up here.
Did you?
So
Were you thieving?
Basically, Drazad's hometown. Okay, this is.
Yeah.
right, but we just showed up, and so like, maybe he was just scared of us.
mean, the
I'm
people-
saying all this in our.
Do I
brain.
recognize him as like?
Make a history check.
Are you thieving?
Who says I was thieving, huh?
Why do we care?
You're gonna say yes or no whether you were thieving.
19.
I would prefer not to say that I was thieving.
I mean, if the people aren't in their homes for an amount of time, it's abandoned,
that's
right?
just,
You don't recognize him.
Yeah, it's up for grabs at that point.
Hey,
Right,
Vala,
right.
Hey, Vala, I will banish you right now. You calm down, okay? It is
I will
not.
counterspell it.
It is. You think I only have 1 4th level spell slot?
You get. I mean,
You would
get the
you
spell slot
continue.
back.
Alex is gonna set a timer.
No.
Bit of trouble at home here, I
No,
see,
no,
huh?
What happened to the people here?
Yeah.
Beats me. I heard back in town that the smoke wasn't pouring out from the smokestacks anymore. I thought, well, man, better come check on the people and maybe liberate some of their things, you know?
Where did
I
you hear
punch
about this?
I look at his back.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to
Make a
I wanna look
attack
at
roll
his
at
bag.
advantage.
Yeah, look at his back. I'm like,
what things did he liberate?
I'm like, Bella, the bag.
Val, you
Where
look
did
and Val's
you-
gone, and you look back at the bag and he's in it.
Where'd you say you came from?
I came from Old Vic. I work the ports there most days.
An unarmed strike 19.
Other days, I work the shipments. You know what I mean?
Don't know what you mean. Tell me what you mean.
Is that
I work the ports, and sometimes I take a little out of
a
the
little off
out of
the
the
top?
crates.
Yeah, a little off
the
the
oldest
top.
profession working the ports?
The oldest profession.
Yes. Prostitution.
No.
So,
What, with a voice like this and a body like this?
Man, everybody swings in
He's
their
kissed a
own way.
fish person before.
Yeah.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? As you
Human
rummage
head.
through, you see a number of obsidian armaments. There are some other items in there. Some loose gold and silver. A couple of gemstones that probably are worth no more than 50 gold.
Take
All
it.
right.
I dump it out so I don't
Are-
have to touch the obsidian,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna
Are they
grab all the other bits
You get
out.
120 gold worth of stuff.
Sweet.
righteous?
No.
No.
I'll grab one of the obsidian weapons. Did these obsidian weapons come from one of these houses around us?
They were just kind of left here, all around near the forge, and
Stop talking. I will kill you if it comes to it. Draad is not playing around right now.
And I'll bring you back.
Make an intimidation check
Yeah.
with advantage.
And then
'cause you
I'll
just
bring you
struck him.
back, and then he'll do it again.
I have a lot of questions
fucking
for
around.
this guy.
No, that's good.
So the town he said he was from is on the coast. You know
Yes.
that? It's like southeast of where we are,
It's
basically.
direct.
It's almost directly
east. Okay. And so you work at the ports, and someone told you the smokestacks weren't smoking
Yeah, word
You
word
just
gets around, you
came-
know.
to loot everything.
Listen, some might say that.
So
Some
yes.
might put it that way.
Okay.
Right.
I would say I came to check on the people, and when I saw they
you-
weren't here, they weren't using their stuff, so I took it.
Okay.
That makes
Have
perfect
you seen anything flying in the sky?
At least this man.
Like maybe a dragon or like a really big bird?
Dragon? No, heavens no.
Okay.
You see where any of the people went. You've
No.
been here.
They were gone when I got here.
How long have the smokestacks not been smoking?
Oh, at least a week that I heard of it.
What did? Oh no, Draad forgot what the question.
What were you
You
gonna
rolled something. What did you roll?
I rolled a 20 for my intimidation.
He's definitely afraid of you, and he's answering.
He fucking should be.
I'm a good cop. Now look, man, I'm your friend here. See this giant dude? He's all jacked up. Look, he's all jacked up on gauntlets of ogre power.
No, I am
Boys,
now,
bro. Like,
actually.
he is like a madman.
I will
He will-
squish your head.
look,
He sees
with my
he
hand.
has-
the tan lines.
Yeah.
where the gauntlets-
Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
You can just barely see the tan line up here. Still.
Don't look at that. Don't worry about
that.
it.
But it's like two different color purples.
This guy has no problem eating anybody who is not a freaking dragon.
Draad does not.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, no.
Just based on his demeanor.
Yeah, I mean, he says it's not cannibalism if they're not the same
Yeah.
species.
Listen, like it is gonna get.
Wow, really?
It's gonna
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's gonna get real ugly for you real quick. If you don't answer these questions,
Ask the questions. I'll answer them as best I can.
I'll fully go with it. I will cast Purify Food.
I want to roll
It is quite easy.
persuasion against against the intimidation.
Go for it.
Yeah.
This poor deep gnome, man.
Oh. Thank God you have like a plus 30 to persuasion.
Yeah. It's all good. You're fine.
Plus
It's a 22.
Yeah, I mean, I believed you as soon as you said the word. You didn't have to speak it. Listen. I don't want to get eaten. I just want to get out of here with my skin attached, please.
What do you know?
We'll see.
Like what? Go ahead.
Did you? So did whenever you got here, whenever you heard the smokestacks weren't rolling anymore, was the door already open, or did you open it?
No, I opened that. See, I got a little trick I can do, and you see his hand sort of flutter as a mage hand conjures, and he's I looked through the peephole they had there and just sort of unbarred the door from my side. I figured that way could get in quick.
Tighten my grip on him when I see the mage hand.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
That
He's
Draad
so
understands.
restrained.
Dispel the mage hand.
Right?
I'm like, you want some coffee?
Oh, I touched the obsidian weapon. Did anything happen?
No. The obsidian weapon appears to be of common make, at least by the standards of Hrafheim, one that you've probably come across, similar to ones you've come across many times before.
Draad is fairly confident with this, particularly being the only place where it is mostly okay to touch obsidian.
Did you happen to hit or touch any of the obsidian that was jutting out of the ground in the houses?
Ooh, no. I kind of did some looking around, and that looked kind of sketchy. I didn't want to go near it.
It is. Were any of these weapons
Got good instincts. People have told me that.
Very smart. As you might have gathered, these weapons can be negatively enchanted. Were any of these weapons touching the spikes in the ground, or they were largely...
I don't think so. I made very carefully.
You should lick one of these spikes.
No.
You're lucky I don't have gaze.
I mean, I can make him do it if you want.
Yeah, Draad can too by brute force.
I want to say in our minds, why are you guys always so mean to everyone we
I am
meet?
being so nice to this guy
I
right
totally understand what this guy's doing.
Draad, be cool.
Draad was 100% the cool guy at the
these people
beginning of
abandoned their
all
things.
of this.
These people abandoned their things for more than a week. It's fair game at that point.
Valot? I don't know what personality you have going on right now. You need to figure it out.
What do you
Switch it
mean?
up.
It's the same personality, like
No, it-
90% of the time.
I thought.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's the guy with the bun hair, right?
No.
The pirate hair.
The pirate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
He's got a little braid.
Always pirate now.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is, when I was inspecting those black spikes, saw some things.
What kind of things?
Like hallucinations?
Like wildest dreams kind of things.
Like
I know
you,
better than to see something as
What
good to be true.
what is your wildest dream?
Endless riches. What else?
It's kind of boring.
where's the nearest obsidian protruding from the ground?
There's a spike just here.
Wait, so you're
we
saying... Sorry, what was your name again?
I'm Kurtag. Sorry, lots going on, and
Yeah,
I'm.
no, that's okay, Kurtag.
I don't want to tell any lies.
You said...
President should take
You really
Kurtag to
can't
clean
live
him
any
up
lies
a
right now.
Much obliged, sir. Thank you.
Told you, it's me and you.
So when you said you
against them.
inspected the spikes, like how? So you got really close and looked at them?
Oh, I didn't touch him. I know better than that.
You just got close to.
Classic monkey's paw.
You just got close, and that's when you started to see these visions.
Yeah. Look inside. Stare at your reflection for a bit. You'll see it too. Just maybe have a friend nearby in case things get a little weird.
Okay. How long have you been here in town?
Oh, less than a day.
Okay.
Not long at all.
We're the first people you've run into.
Drazad
There's
gets
people I've seen. I turned around. I thought you might have been some of the townsfolk.
Drazad has two quick questions real fast. So have you seen any like animals, like rats, rodents, anything
Any life?
rummaging around the houses or anything like that?
Come to think of it, no.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
What do you think their wildest dreams are?
Did you leave your
Unlimited.
family back in Ardvik?
Alvik?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're in a different city or place?
No, there's no family, but please don't kill me.
Okay, that is wonderful.
Oh,
Drazad didn't want to kill
Never-
you.
I would never let them kill you.
As soon as Odd
No.
I believe you.
no, Drazad would never kill you. I'm dragging him towards the obsidian spike.
Wait. I looked before. I don't have to look again. I know what's in there.
It's okay. You don't really have to look before.
Zod, this is a little much.
Yeah.
But
Let
we
me-
need to figure out what is going on.
Yes, but we don't
do it.
need to torture the
No,
man. for
you don't
that.
need to torture. It's not. You don't know if it's torture.
as
obviously
y'all are
doesn't like it.
fighting,
I'm saying this
I
out
don't
loud.
consent.
I'm not saying this in our head. I'm
consent.
saying
Me
this
neither.
out loud.
as y'all are fighting, I'm already like I'm there.
The spike?
I'm at the spike.
Looking
Scary.
into it?
Yep.
Oh, Drazad. Out loud.
That's a good call.
Drazad was
Wait,
going to
it's
make him
probably gonna
touch
be a-
this spike
yeah.
to see what happened.
Oh, I'll touch it too.
No, don't touch it, Flora.
Oh!
It's probably gonna be
Flora,
somebody with a strong mind. That's probably a good idea, Flora. That is not me.
you approach the obsidian spike. Its surface glistening like glass despite the dust still settling around it. As you peer into the dark sheen, you see, at first, only your own reflection against the void black stone. As your gaze lingers, your reflection begins to shift.
Don't make me
The
rattle.
lines of your face harden with resolve.
I clicked something, but it didn't actually give it. That was just me.
Oops.
Yeah, sorry.
You stand side by side with Arvander as you work together to heal your homeland. Shows not who you are, but who you might become, shaped by power, by purpose, by ambition unbound. The image flickers faintly, reminding you of reality, as if to say,
You could be so much more.
make a wisdom saving throw.
This is like the ring.
Just for charm.
Is it against charmed?
She has advantage against that.
Yes, it's against charm.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
26.
Oh man, I was hoping. I was sitting there with this thing he's never used before, with counter charm. Yeah, I'm like, he passed.
Seeing as how well your conversation went with Thrallin the other day, you're able to shake off any allure of this vision and recenter your resolve to have that dream come into reality by your own power.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
What'd you see?
I want to touch it.
Okay. You reach your hand out and touch. As you do, you feel a sort of staticky sensation across your palm, similar to like what it feels like when one of your
Little
appendages falls asleep.
Static. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I was thinking the static globes.
Dealing with that.
Oh yeah.
Make a Make an Arcana check.
28.
Okay. As you feel this tingle, you don't shy away from the feeling. Instead, you try to pour your own essence in, attempting to peer through the magic, through this obsidian to its source. At first, you see nothing. You feel perhaps you've made a mistake. And then in a flash, a bright red flaming eye locks onto you as you release and step back. Feel that there is something alive within the obsidian, within this place that is attempting to reach out and control.
Okay, so here's what I've learned, gang. That
Draad told you not to touch it. I was going to make him.
I'm not hurting. I don't want to
would we do
torture
that?
the guy. I knew that I probably am stronger than him.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't learn anything.
Something is controlling
What
this.
do you think?
While they're talking, I wants to look into it.
Okay.
What does he see?
Odd, you see yourself for a moment, and then suddenly your armor becomes more resplendent. It glistens in the light. You see your cape flapping in the wind. You carry a grandeur that others would speak of for generations. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yeah.
21.
Okay. You're able to shake it off, but you feel the pull of a future like that.
Oh, what was the mirror?
But what I was saying,
I'm still looking at the mirror.
Yeah.
This looks awesome. Like,
I think anyone with a more feeble mind than one of us would be taken over by that obsidian.
Well, now I have to see.
You're all curious. It's alluring, isn't it? Come stare into the black stone.
It's the mirror of
Said, yeah.
Yeah.
Draad is okay.
Valoth, you see yourself, and then you see countless versions of yourself rippling through realities. You see your command of the enigmatic forces of reality, shaping the world to your will, avoiding calamities left and right, and saving worlds unknown with the magnificent power that is just at your fingertips. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I also have advantage against being charmed. And I'm going to take something from chat because while that is still pretty high, I just want to make sure.
Wait. Finally, I get to use this thing.
I don't know. I'm taking something before I know if I failed.
Oh. No, I'm going to use
Nope,
this
I'm
thing.
taking it.
You
Nope,
wanna
I'm
use
taking it.
No. I'm using this thing.
I get above a 20.
No! No! I used my reaction before you could use your reaction.
What is
Okay.
it? What are you
It's
using?
called counter charm, and I used my reaction.
I got a 17 on the
You
dice
get to
for what it's worth.
re-roll with advantage. And then
I already
you,
had advantage.
you do it again.
You roll with advantage.
Get worse.
It's free to use.
It's better. I got above a 20 without it.
Whoa, it works.
You feel, especially because of how close this strikes at your deepest desires, you feel the pull of this vision. You feel the want for this power. But as you sort of are reaching for it, you feel Odd's hand on your shoulder, and you shake awake as you sort of blink your eyes at him, even the third one.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, damn, it does work.
Like, oh, sorry. I guess I'm a little too used to having friends in here.
Guys, maybe we shouldn't be playing Russian roulette with the big
Your turn.
scary
You know,
black stone.
I tried to explain it to them, but they never listened to me.
Draad,
you
you should
explained
look
it so
into
well that I wanted to see.
I never
what
got to finish saying
want,
anything.
Draad is not doing that.
So how do we get down into the mines then? Because I'm assuming that's
You
where
want to go to the mines?
Go to the entrance of the cave.
I'm assuming that's where everybody went.
Yeah, I guess so as well,
What
but
do you think are all in the mines?
I mean, you know where there's more of this black stuff, it's in the mines.
Yeah, well, now we've seen what it has to offer.
You're
For
gonna
him, he's gonna succumb.
you're gonna let
we're
me
good.
go, right? You're gonna let me leave. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Drazad
you
is
go.
debating it right
No,
now.
I think
We'll
just
see.
let him go.
See, yeah, there's no
He
harm.
could come with us.
So, okay, what I've been trying to say.
Yeah.
You saw a vision of another dragon, right?
Drazad believe no.
Or was that just the intro?
Drazad's got a
You saw a
Drazad saw a
flaming
giant red eye.
Okay, yeah. So I saw the same thing when I touched this.
The red eye?
Yes.
Did it beckon to you? Did it say anything?
No, but I could definitely feel.
No, you don't have the same.
Fucking hell.
No, go ahead.
It didn't say anything to me, right?
It showed you things as if to say you could be so much more.
Yes.
But it didn't physically speak to you. No.
Yeah. It didn't say anything, but like it said everything it needed to
It had the
say.
vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Drazad understands where you're coming from.
Yeah. So I think that maybe that red eye probably belongs to a creature that.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, and like it could be in the mines.
Yeah, Drazad is thinking.
Drazad, you've been in the mines.
Yes. We have been over this.
You happen to have scrying.
Drazad, yes.
What's down there?
That is, Drazad did have that on his notebook and forgot to bring it up earlier.
You've also-
It was Cast Hallow, Word of Recall, and then Scry on Svathmar. Forgot about it.
You can scry on just a place?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought it had to be a person.
No, then if you scry on the place, it doesn't move.
No, Drazad
like,
had to
follow
scroll down slightly to finish reading.
That's cool. I
you
didn't know
have
you
to
could
be
do
familiar
that.
with the
Spell.
place. So, like, if you don't know where the person is,
So it's like having a seeing eye magic. What is that?
sensor, magic sensor.
Thing that witches have.
Crystal ball.
Thank you. So it would have like a crystal ball that would show a location, essentially.
You have to have seen the location, I think.
Okay.
Something
I
like
didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, maybe can you scry on the cave or the what do you call it?
Drazad can
The mines.
The deepest part of the mine, or you presumably tentatively met this entity.
Well, you have it on your notebook,
could-
so we could just.
Could try to
Drazad
scry on the entity.
Did not.
Well, no, we'll call an audible because you have it on your notebook. Just say it was prepared because we had a bunch of days on the ship.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Second DM rules.
that is.
First DM, do you agree?
Didn't prepare it.
But it had so many other things. He meant to. He put it on his notebook.
That is okay. Drazad, we should just go down there. It probably, honestly,
Caleb made a mistake.
part of the
Draad did not.
do not put that on my friend.
Caleb, be cool.
No, what was I gonna say? The other reason I kind of was like, whatever, is because I have a feeling whatever this is, just like the undead obsidian weapon breathing multiversal dragon.
I've seen weapon breathing undead multiversal dragon.
Thank
You're
you.
saying undead too early.
I know. I know. Drazad, honestly, Drazad is
I don't know how
sorry.
you guys do it.
You deal with that. I will deal with the socio-political, economical, blah blah blah. We can't talk about that right now. We're busy. Drazad is assuming that this entity is powerful enough to somehow evade scrying, just like the dragon can.
Which dragon?
Elwind. The
Elwind is not a dragon.
sorry,
Hikarin.
Hikarin.
Okay.
He knows. He's just.
I was trying to.
No,
I was trying
know.
to get you to say the
Drazad is
long thing.
no. Drazad cannot say it. He's not good at it.
So, you think that the red eye thing could probably evade scrying?
Yes.
Most definitely.
Well, but maybe not. Maybe we could use it to see if the people of the city are down there.
So Drazad is fairly confident that the Forge Master is down there at minimum. Because didn't I see him in my no?
You did not.
Did I hear him?
You heard him.
That's what it was. Drazad heard voices that
How
were akin to the Forge Master and other dwarves in the mines with the red-eyed.
how far down is the mine?
Oh, Drazad would say about 495 feet.
Okay.
Very
Just
specific.
inside of
Very specific.
dimension door range.
Oh no, that's not.
The entrance, it would take maybe a half day's travel to get to like where they're actively mining obsidian.
It is probably like a couple thousand feet, Drazad would say.
Okay.
Drazad just goes into the mine. He doesn't really like count on me.
Maybe about a mile distance-wise, but to actually travel
Yeah,
it
not as the crow flies kind of a thing.
longer.
Yeah. All right. So we let the piece of shit go and then we go down into the mines? Or do we...
We just met him. Why are you,
bring
why
him?
are you disparaging him so much?
Because he was thieving from a city of people.
He was
Hey,
liberating their
was-
their forgotten goods.
No. Hey. Thieving from an entire city of people who are mysteriously vanished, and instead of trying to save them, protect them, figure anything out, he said, let me, as you say, liberate all of these goods.
He's not heroic.
He's
He's not heroic, but he's not evil.
You gonna let me go, or
Right.
you just keep staring deeply into each other's eyes?
I
I'm
will-
saying this out loud.
What, are you
I'm not hiding this from him.
Are you touching it?
Is there a well?
No.
Like I was listening to you say it, and I was like, and then you looked at me. I was like,
But how will we know when we see it? They've seen it. They're gonna know when we see it.
I mean, y'all can touch it.
I'm going to escort him out of the city, and I'll shut the door, and I will fabricate a lock on the inside of it.
Like a cover for the keyhole that he
Yeah.
Listen, sorry for all the trouble. Hopefully,
No, you're not. Anyway.
I am a little.
Well, yeah, because you got
Mostly
caught.
because you got hurt me.
Yeah. That should hurt you a lot more, to be honest with you.
I'll wish you well.
Yeah, you know what is crazy? That now Draad is thinking about it. You have angered him more than he anticipated any person or entity could on this plane. I could beat you within an inch of your life, heal you, and then do it all over again.
You could do that.
Get out.
Please
Kick him out the
don't.
door.
And on that note, I'm out.
Where in direction would he be going to go back home compared to where our ship is?
Oh.
Your ship is, I would imagine you parked it off the road.
Our ship is
yeah.
protected. Right?
He would be going in that direction, but it's well enough off the road that I don't think he would see it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna pull out the stone labeled ship, just in case, and I'm gonna say, Gribzik, there's a guy who likes to steal things, and he's walking down the path close to the ship. Do not draw attention to yourself. Just keep an eye out for him. He should be there in about amount of time that we think it would take him to get there. About an hour, because that's about how far we parked it. So just keep an eye out. Make sure that he doesn't steal anything. If he does, let us know.
Don't forget to say over. He likes it.
We'll be there to help. Over.
Roger that, Captain Valoth. Over.
Captain
Thank you, Vala. Thank you. Draad-
Yeehaw.
Just so you know, if you didn't say over, he wasn't going to respond.
Draad knows his Gribzik.
Your bestie for the resty.
Bestie for resty, absolutely.
As you usher out the thief, less all the belongings that he procured from the settlement of Svathmar, you close the door behind him, fabricating a lock.
Take the shirt off his back, then I push him out.
Oh my gosh.
I take the shirt back from you and throw it over the gate.
Thank you! You see him walking down the road through the sliding hole that allows you to see the landscape beyond. You turn expecting to see a dark cloud looming over the jagged peaks of the Sable Fjord where you head next. But instead, there is none. And oddly enough, that perhaps fills you with more unease than if
What do we not
there
see?
were dark skies.
No, there's no like dark clouds or anything.
And that is where we will end our session for tonight.
Really?
Why is that important that there's
There's
no
not being
dark
enough.
clouds?
Because the absence of clouds means that there's no smoke coming from the smokestacks, meaning that...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
So...
Now you can say it again.
Oh, we're ending our session for tonight. Thank you guys so much for all the generosity and activity within chat. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this first session of the Molten Myth. If you guys are interested, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next stream when we go live next week with episode 2. The plot will thicken and the danger will increase. I can't wait to see exactly how things go. Until then, go out there and make some chaos. Bye!